Lisa kicked both our butts yesterday.
I heard that. I'm proud of her. She was kicking butt yesterday.
I'm hoping.
Told David
you're
he's
just
got
going to turn her into a gambler is what you're going to do. You're going to want to go to the parlor somewhere. I think you got parlors anymore.
No. Chicago, don't they? Should have a couple?
She won't go that, but she
Hardly
might end up betting on the horses though.
Yeah.
There's apps for it.
Yeah, they used to have one in.
We are
What is it? You're right. There's no air up here. Is there?
No, not today.
Where do you want this?
You got
Check.
in there, or you got to plug.
Check, check, check. We're in.
Demo was last night, yeah.
I saw a couple wrecked up cars.
They, that over down there was business.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Harness Tube. This is Steve Surratt, David Brink, Lisa Surratt with you on the camera for the second day of harness racing at the Brown County Fair.
And more importantly, it's Downstate Classic Day, Steve.
And how much money are we giving away today, David, to the winners?
We or the purse money, you mean?
Well, the purse money.
The purse, I need to count it up. I keep talking
It's
about
we.
it's
I'm
100
broadcasting
plus.
it, so we're giving it away.
I keep saying 100 plus, but I could actually read the program and count if I wanted to. But it definitely is $100,000+. I think maybe 105 or so.
And then $22,000 in that first
that
race.
First race, $22,029. The second richest race in this fair and in this state's history at the county fairs level. So pretty cool, pretty exciting.
Yep.
Should be a hot day of racing. They were working on the track. I know the track crew's been out there since early this morning. The drivers had some feedback from last night, and they're trying to accommodate what they want, what they need, and we should have some fast miles.
Yeah, they wanted either the outside wasn't as good because they took away some of the inside. So today, I think they're trying to give them more of the track to work with all the way around with no cones out there.
Yeah,
today.
they pulled those cones and they feathered out this. There was kind of a berm that got laid up here in front of the grandstand when they were dragging the track out yesterday. So they kind of got that feathered back down. It's a lot better. You know, they'll have to be a little more careful going into that first turn. Without the cones there, there's a tendency to cut it tight, and that can be awfully hard when you hit that road crossing at the wrong angle for your horse to go on and stay on gate as they move through that section. So keep an eye on that first turn. I have a prediction we're going to see a couple breakers there today.
Okay, with that, tell you what, we're going to give our sponsors some time here. We're thankful for them and what they do for us. You're listening to Harness Tube on YouTube.
Understand what's going on, where they're at in life, what they're needing from me to get their job done. I've met so many people, and it's been a real blessing to be a part of all that. Big company in a small town, that's a fact. When my life needed growth, I chose DOT, and I never left.
Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport is the go-to mobile home transportation company. We provide top-notch services including moving, block and leveling, and even demolitions with a quick turnaround time. If you're looking to move or get rid of your mobile home, Pine Ridge is the company to call. We now have dumpsters available for rent at competitive rates. Contact Wayne at 217-313-9744 or find us on Facebook.
ADI, located in Golden, is one of North America's largest pattern tiling installers. We've helped farmers create water management systems for over 40 years with pattern tiling across farm fields, generating proven data showing a boost in yield and greater profitability. Changing weather patterns do not have to cost you yield dollars anymore. Start with a free estimate now by calling your local ADI representative, David Lohman, at 309-280-2411 or by visiting our website at agdrainage.com.
All right, David, back with you on Harness Tube here as we take a look at our sponsors that have helped us out. But advertising for this year is pretty much over with, right, David? Although
Yeah.
you'd take anybody's money who wants to advertise for this year.
Absolutely.
For every race that we have left.
And there are some discussions. I keep thinking I'll do some sort of podcast through the winter to kind of keep the fan base engaged in what's going on in Illinois horse racing. You know, so it's not like there's nothing going to be going on. So if you do support what we do, if you do have some interest in advertising with us, reach out to me. And maybe if there's enough want for it, then if enough ads want to come up, then maybe we'll go ahead and do something like that. But yeah, just reach out, have a conversation. The worst we can say is not until next year, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we'd love to hear from our fans from a thing called the Backstretch. And you can do that by chatting with us on the YouTube channel. You know, sending your thoughts out there, your picks, your favorite fair food, your favorite horse. A lot of different horses that we haven't seen at the county fairs. You know, a lot of the county fairs today in these races today, isn't there, David?
Absolutely. And on that note, in the chat, I'm putting the link for the race program. If you want to follow along with your program, we have a link in the YouTube chat or on our Facebook. But yeah, a lot of horses here from out of town. A lot of guys came down from up north. The Chicago horsemen came in. With this kind of purse money, it warrants bringing out all the horsemen from across the state. And we're happy to have them here racing in Illinois. We're happy to have, the top Chicago drivers like Wyatt Abnetti and Travis Siegman and Casey Leonard coming down today to Mount Sterling to the Brown County Fair. So should be an exciting day of races.
It should be great, and the excitement. Yesterday, we had a lot of exciting races yesterday, and gave away several $1,000s yesterday.
Yeah.
As far as prize money is concerned, not like today, but we gave away quite a bit of money.
Right. With the Midwest circuit, with the Colt Association races around these fair circuits, got an injection of cash this last legislative session, which really kind of helped bring these purses up and lets these horsemen race for purses that make it a little bit easier to go from fair to fair all summer and not go in the hole. So we appreciate, all the efforts there. Looking up on the screen there, we got Flacco's, who are going to be a big part of today's race, that $22,000 race. They've got, I think, a slew of horses in that one, maybe a couple, 3 in.
That increases your odds quite a bit,
does.
doesn't
If you
it?
can take home half that $22,000 purse, it sure helps out for the month, doesn't it? But we appreciate them coming down and being supporters of horse racing and the Brown County Fair.
Absolutely. And U.S. Trotting is one of our supporters. We're thankful for them out there.
We appreciate the grants they gave out, not just us, but all broadcasting entities that support horse racing, especially at this county fair level.
And the other thing you talked about it, if you still have a county fair going on this year that has harness racing, get in contact with David about if you would like for us to come up. He'll tell you what the kind of the requirements are for us to be able to go up there and do that. It's probably going to be a 2-man team, so one of the requirements might be we need a little bit of help. So with that,
and we're open to those things too. Just because the schedule says we're done on the screen now doesn't mean we couldn't add something in. We've always just wanted to go ahead and put something out officially early in the season so that our fans could predict where we're going to be and kind of know what to expect. But if something comes along last minute and you have a fair later in the season and you want to have harness racing broadcasted, then reach out to us. We'll try to see what it's going to take to send a team up there to get you put on YouTube.
All right, back with another section for our sponsors.
Yoder Custom Woodworking was started in 1995 by the Yoder family as a retail Amish furniture store in Sullivan, Illinois. They offer custom kitchen cabinets, granite and quartz countertops, built-in office and bathroom cabinetry, and offer a wide range of Amish furniture. Their store is located at 1117 West Jackson Street in Sullivan, Illinois, with store hours Tuesday through Friday 9 to 4:30 and Saturday 9 to 3. For more information, contact Yoder Custom Woodworking at 217-728-2166.
Make plans now to attend the 25th Annual Illini Classic Yearling Sale on Labor Day at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield. Established in 1999, the Illini Classic has been producing champions for a quarter century, including reigning Illinois Divisional Champions On Higher Ground and Scorecard Dandy. It's the Illini Classic Yearling Sale, Monday, September 2nd at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield, beginning at 11 a.m. Central. Come join us and finish the summer strong.
Wait, before you go and get your snacks and drinks, make sure to subscribe and like to Harness Tube. If you can't do that, just give us a thumbs up. Alright, to the show.
And guess what? We haven't been
I have been interested in truck driving my whole life. I've been fascinated with the big rigs since I was a kid. But after college, I got into business on the marketing side of things, kind of shelved the dream. 30 years later, I quit my job, signed up for truck driving school. It was exciting from the get-go. Dot recruited out of my truck driving school. The job was everything I was hoping it would be, and then some. My weeks absolutely fly by. When my life needed fulfillment, I took the wheel.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
All right, David, this time I'll get us back in there as we talked a little bit about, you can donate. The slides came up for that. If you'd like for us to come to your fair, if you still have a fair, get in contact with David and he can go over what we need help-wise and everything else to do.
We're here to serve the horsemen, and if there's a need, if your fair wants to have us there, if you think there's a want to get us there, give me a shout. We'll reach out to you. We'll try to work out the details.
A check for $1 million will get me
that
there.
Would get me. Yeah, I would go. I'd probably take off work for that. I think calling sick if I had to or something, but. Absolutely. We appreciate all of our sponsors, all of our donors here. They got World Class Racing on the slide there. Jumping on board late with us, but they're definitely a big supporter of horse racing in Illinois, have been for years. I'm happy to have them on our broadcast here.
All right, David, I'm going to throw this video up that you did, and you can kind of
I can talk over it because there's no audio, is there?
Nope, we'll just go ahead and do that.
Well, yesterday, we took some time and got one of the extra cameras out, put a battery on it, was walking around just getting some B-roll of the fairs, enjoy these views. Thinking about maybe I'll put together like a package next year for an intro package or something, but just wanted to get some shots to mix together and whatnot and see the horsemen milling around in the backstretch. It's not edited together, but trust me, we just kind of got this put together last night. But you can see some cool shots, what it looks like back here in the barn area. There's Jamaica and the old Larry Bowen barn there, getting a horse ready to go out and warm up before the races yesterday. We love having Jamaica down here. He's been coming for such a long time, since high school, I think, and he's pushing 40 now. So there's Ed Teefe's barn. Looks like the red barn over there on the east side of the fairgrounds shed row.
Just an awesome view.
We love having, that view right there, the front of the Bowen barn. I spent a lot of time on that wash rack shooting the breeze just like Doug was there. Looks like with maybe, I can't tell, it's off the screen there, but there's Mike Cox. We've seen racing a lot this year. Mike's a longtime horseman.
Man, I've got kind of a different view for anybody. So you can see still what's going on. Lisa's
did it freeze?
It froze.
It
on that.
because it's on that pause to stop thing.
Yeah, all right. But
we got Tyler in the chat asking how much a slide costs. To get a slide up on the we had with World Class, there's $100 for a season, $50 a month. We're in the last day, so if we want to work something out, I think that's kind of the going rate we're going with. But we can figure out something if we do some podcasts to get some more sponsors and ads thrown in there. Good to see Steve Halford go to the track there, warm something up yesterday.
And we plan to do 21 races, so that would have got you 21 last year, got you 17, and then a full ad is not expensive either.
No, the full ads for a 30-second commercial is only $500 for the entire year, and the per view unit price there is actually pretty good for the industry. But we just want to get ads in. We want to get people into the loop. We want to get advertisers associated with horse racing. And so, Steve and I have been super generous, and Steve's done a great job building a lot of these ads. We know that's not always easy work, not always fun work, but it's appreciated because to get, advertisers and businesses in front of our fans and our viewers is important to us. We want to share the horse race community with those businesses that support horse racing. Good to see it. Looks like Stacy DeRooster talking with Uncle Bump, Larry Bowen. Dot Food's a big supporter of the Brown County Fair.
The BC Hornet Sports.
And they are, and Harness Team. They've been running our broadcast too. They're a great company. one of is it the nation's largest food redistributor. Am I saying that right? There we go.
Number one food redistributor in the United States with, I think, over 12 distribution centers, and they're in Canada and Mexico, and it's family owned. It's privately owned. And the thing I want to say about that company is they're home based out of here, and thank goodness that Dad made it that way.
Yep.
And it'll continue to be that way. But they give away hundreds of thousands of dollars to local charities, 501c3s. And I'll give this example. I'm going to give them a plug. Our church did is getting ready for 2 benefits. We did one that was a benefit for the Help Center over in Camp Point, Community Center for Christ. And they gave us the money to get the food and to do that. So every dime that we took in from people that night was 100% for that charity. And then our ice cream social the same way. But they help a lot of towns and different people get a lot of things done.
You know, their what's what I'm looking for? Their charitable arm of that family business is felt throughout the community, the area, and Illinois in general. The family is so good to the locals. This town of this size does not deserve to have all the facelifts we've had, and all the nice new, they have done an uptown project here and investing so much in this community to make sure that it's going to be around for a long time the way that they wanted it to be.
Here's how built into the community. They have a scholarship for kids. If you go from 7th grade through senior year of high school here with some requirements in there, you can get part or all of your tuition paid for.
College tuition paid for.
Paid for. They're trying to encourage people to come and enjoy the small town environment and the things that we have in it. And so we thank them. We thank all of our sponsors. I do in our community. They do a lot for us. If you're looking to drive a truck, they can do that. And I believe they also do some of this stuff out where their distribution centers are.
Absolutely.
So they're not taking from the community. They are enhancing the community.
They believe in it. The family stays tied to the town. They're always around. You can see them. They're approachable. It's always good to I'm looking in the chat over here. Tyler's got some interest in his slide, so I'll reach out to him after the races, and we'll talk about that. Look, Jordan has an idea here. Jordan thinks that a Harness Tube podcast should happen, which I think tells me that he might be the first interview if that's what he's volunteering for. But we can start scheduling that and get something going through the winter months and try to keep the fans, maybe do some updates of what's going on, with the babies that are bought this fall. I just picked up the sale catalogs today for the Illini Classic and Land of Lincoln sale. Excited to thumb through them, and excited to maybe bring the updates of these babies to you this fall or summer, winter.
151st Brown County Fair. A great card this afternoon, 12 races featuring the Downstate Classic for Illinois-bred 2-year-olds. Over $100,000 in purse money this afternoon. That's the largest one day of harness racing in the history of Illinois County Fair standardbred racing. Richest day ever at an Illinois County Fair right here at the 151st Brown County Fair. If you'd please stand now, face the infield flag. Let's remember our veterans, our men and women serving in America throughout the world as Miss Claire McCaskill honors America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, and the
Claire McCaskill just graduated from high school, will be a freshman at Purdue University this fall.
All right, David, Liz, as we get ready for race one, let's do a little handicapping here before Ed gets in
Before we get into that real quick, let's talk about we have the driver and trainer awards going out today at the end of the races to the driver and trainer of the Brown County 2024 meet that accumulate the most points. 5 for a win, 3 points for a second, and a point for a third. I'm keeping tally over here right now. Leading the way, we have Wyatt on top. Wyatt Avenatti is leading our drivers with 25. And it looks like Jamaica Patton's on top with 25 for the trainer standings. So we will be tallying those and giving out $100 to each, along with a harness tube shirt. And also, before we move on real quick, I want to mention, looking over there in the judges, infield judges stand, I see Alan Brodsky up there taking pictures. Alan, those of you who are familiar, has been posting pictures in the Illinois County Fair and Harness Racing Facebook group for a couple years now. He's done some great shots historically from the 70s, 80s up through, I think he was at Charleston this last week. So we appreciate him taking all those great photos. We appreciate him letting them be used for free of charge.
Okay, and Rick and Sandy Prather out there listening to us today. But let's take a look at this first race, David. Okay. You picked a little bit different than Lisa and I did on the first pick and the third pick. We all three agree with the 1 for the 2 slot.
Well, I think more importantly, I think the 5's going to win, beat the 1.
Okay, the Casey Leonard driven horse, Steven Searle. That's the Flacco family farm horse, isn't it? One of them?
Yep, I went 5-1-4 to my pick. Lose Night Vision on top. The 1 horse, Lose Avalon second. Both Steve Searle horses finishing up with Lose Little Bunny Frou Frou at a Booze Barn. What about you guys?
We went with Little Bunny Frou Frou.
It's okay. You think you're going to take the lion's share of this big purse, huh?
Yeah. I'd like for Cornelius to go home with a big paycheck out of this. And then I picked the 6 horse for the 3rd spot, Goldie's Louise, driven by Mike Cox and Rashawn Trigg, the trainer. Lisa picked the 5.
I'm listening in one ear to the... Oh, no.
All of us picked the 2.
I could have asked Avenatti's earlier and got that info if I had been...
So that's a 9. The 2 is scratched. Okay. All right. We'll try to keep track of that information.
So, yeah, you mentioned you think that Cornelius would be a little happy with taking home that $11,000 from the first person. I think he'd be taking home a pretty big smile as well if he were to win that. I think he'd be pretty tickled with third in the way here. It's a big enough purse that it kind of can change a horse's trajectory. So I wish Boo the best of luck for sure. I just think those things out of Searle's barn probably were the higher priced little babies, and maybe they're tuning up for the state fair and ready to uncork a big mile and show what they can do. So I went there with my Searle 2 on top, but it's fair racing. Anything can happen. Sometimes you get Casey out here. These guys come to Chicago, and they're not familiar with the track. Wyatt was here yesterday, knows it a little bit better, but it's a different surface than that limestone in Hawthorne. So driving surfaces, horses react differently. We'll see. This first race, 22,000, anything could happen.
Okay, we're going to go back to Ed Teefy.
The Brown County Fair had the taser gun race for 4-year-old and up pacers. And that race in 2009 right here at the Brown County Fair went for $25,000. That's the richest race ever at any county fair. And today we go for $22,000 in the first race here, which is the second richest ever at an Illinois county fair. We're looking for Luz Avalon, Miss Class Time, Unfailing Grace, Little Bunny Frou Frou, Luz Night Vision, and Goldie's Louise for our first race. It's the Bob and Dorcas Carmen Memorial. Unlike yesterday, we will parade as we do traditionally in front of the grandstand before the horses go to the starting gate. Gina and Kay Kerr will be our parade marshals today. It's great to have them here. Gina Lipkeman Kerr has been doing this for many, many years. Does an excellent job. Her daughter Kay will be helping her out today. Horseman bring on that first field. 2-year-old filly Trotters, you're due out. As was the case yesterday, BC Sports, Steve and Lisa Surratt will give $100 to the driver of the fastest trotter this afternoon and $100 to the driver of the fastest pacer this afternoon. So $100 to the fastest driver of the pacer and another $100 to the fastest driver of the trotter, courtesy of BC Sports, again this afternoon. Harness Tube, who is broadcasting our races today on their YouTube channel. You go to YouTube and go to Harness Tube. You got a friend at home that'd like to be watching the races today, they can do that by going to YouTube, searching into Harness Tube, and you'll find a live broadcast of the Brown County Fair, courtesy of Harness Tube, which is David Brink and Steve and Lisa Surratt. And Harness Tube will be giving $100 to the leading driver of the two-day meet and another $100 to the leading trainer of the two-day meet. Through the yesterday's card, Wyatt Avanetti is the leading driver, and Jamaica Patton is the leading trainer.
All right. As we get ready here, big day for racing. I'm excited about this, David. They wanted to make sure we had
Track
instant
crew,
replay up for
as
them
always.
today.
Yeah, and last year we didn't get to race this big card, the Downstate Classic days. We got the rain, so excited to go through and see this. This is really one of the richest days of racing and opportunities for Illinois breds in the state this year, this race season. So this is an exciting day to be here. There's a crew coming up from Carrollton, I know. There's people coming from all over the state to come watch these races here at the Brown County Fair for the Downstate Classic.
Absolutely. As we get ready for things, we got some.
This is how we do it. We got some fans
that
you have. We have we have Jim and Terry Greer behind us in the booth up here in the judges stand, and longtime friends, been horsemen for a long time. But Terry, we talked about yesterday, or Ed was on the
Trotters
on the
are out
air,
for the first race.
An Olympian in 1960 in the Rome Olympics, and you were telling me how excited Sarah Hoots.
Sarah Hoots met you yesterday, who runs the local gymnastics studio. She was through the roof able to meet you. That made her day yesterday, she said.
We forget we still have celebrities in the sport, right? Well, that's cool to see Sarah be so excited about meeting someone, from the same sport, and, that kind of history and that kind of credentials, with. If you get us a copy of that, we'll put it on air next year or sometime. Seriously, that'd be so cool. We'd love it.
We'll ask Sarah for it. She'll send it to us.
Absolutely. So awesome.
We appreciate your sponsorships and what you do with harness racing and keeping harness racing alive.
I know you. This fair means a lot to Jim over there, and you've seen these fairgrounds for many years, from all year long, coming down and helping your dad on the weekends and watching the horses train. And it seems strange now. It's a little quieter around here, isn't it? It's a lot quieter around here, but I'm happy to see there's still horses going in circles, even if it's just once a year. We're still happy to see it, continue on in some way. So. Yeah, exactly. Jim said he's happy to be here, and we're happy to have him. So, where were we at, Steve? We'll let them get back to whatever they were doing. Good to see you guys.
Good to
Appreciate
see you guys.
it.
Thank you.
We'll have celebrities popping in. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, we need that mic today.
we'll never be planned the way we need to be when we show up, but it is what it is. Good to have them stop in and chat with us for a little bit.
Clockways, so we'll bring them back over in the barn area. We'll go the wrong way of the track when we parade them here. We are going to have post parades, horsemen. No night show here today, so we're going to have post parades.
So you're going to get the full show here today, David.
Yeah, we're pulling out all the stops for the Downstate Classic, which is exciting to see. We're going to have the full.
Only adds about 3 minutes to each race, so we'll be here about 30 minutes longer is all that we'll be here, and it's a good show for the people in the grandstands.
It's a good show, and it's good for the horsemen. It's good for, it's all part of really, when we're cutting that stuff out, it's kind of out of necessity. It's not because we want to be doing it that way. So with the ability of no night card, we're going to go ahead and do something we traditionally do, and that's hold the post parade.
$22,000 plus at stake here at the first race. In harness racing, the purse is divided 50% to the winner, 25% for second, 12% for third, 8% for fourth, and 5% for fifth. So 5 of these 6 will go home with a check, the winner with over $11,000. Here's your field. Number 1 is Luz Avalon of the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis. Steve Cyril is the trainer with Wyatt Avanetti driving. Number 2 is Miss Class Time owned by Jerome Daniels of Springfield. Jerome is the trainer driver. Number 3, Unfailing Grace owned by the All Right Racing Stable of Morton. Brian Code of Bradford and Jim Nellinger of Peoria. Steve Cyril trains with Travis Siekman. Number 4, Little Bunny Frou Frou owned by Cornelius Cavett and Jacob Bradel of Virgins and Edgewood, Illinois. Cornelius Cavett is the trainer-driver. Number 5, Luz Night Vision over the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis. Steve Cyril, the trainer, with Casey Leonard. And number 6, Goldie's Louise over the Flacco Family Farms and Roshan Trigg. Roshan Trigg, the trainer, with Mike Cox. Three of the top drivers in the national standings in this race. Casey Leonard, who's driving the 5 in the category of the United States Trotting Association, with over 300 drives, less than 500 drives, is number 1 in the nation percentage-wise.
Leanne, we couldn't agree more.
United Universal driving ratings, something like the batting averages in baseball. Casey Leonard driving the 5 here, number 1 in the nation for a driver with 300 to 500 drives. Wyatt Avanetti also in the top 10 of that list. And Travis Siekman with just a handful of drives, fewer than 300, will move into the top 10 of that list very quickly because his batting average is very high too. Okay, so the 2-year-old filly trotters are turning to starter Roy Finn. Stacy DeRoos driving the starting gate. 5 on the gate. The 6, Goldie's Louise, will start from the back tier. The Bob and Dorcas Corman Memorial for $22,029 here in the Downstate Classic. Gates on the move.
Track coach, you don't learn that. You don't lose that.
2-year-old trotting fillies are moving into position here. They're at the head of the stretch. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. Luz Avalon trots out for the lead on the inside. Miss Class Time is their second. Rolling up on the outside, Little Bunny Frou Frou, and she makes a break. Little Bunny Frou Frou has gone off stride. Also off stride here in the early going is Unfailing Grace. Unfailing Grace has made a break. Luz Avalon with the lead by a length and a half. Miss Class Time is setting there second. Racing third is a Little Bunny Frou Frou after the break. Then we've got Luz Night Vision back there fourth. Racing fifth up the backstretch. That's Unfailing Grace. They're past the quarter into the upper turn. It's Luz Avalon by a length and a half. First quarter was in 32 and 1/5 of a second. Miss Class Time is right there second. Racing third is Little Bunny Frou Frou. They're at the head of the stretch for the first time. Our leading driver from yesterday, Wyatt Avanetti, has Luz Avalon on top by 2.5 lengths as we move past that half-mile marker. Miss Class Time is there second. 4 back to Little Bunny Frou Frou, followed by Luz Night Vision. Then we've got Unfailing Grace in the trailers, Goldie's Louise. They trot through that lower turn to the draw gate. Over to the 5/8 mile marker, it's still Luz Avalon with the lead by a length and a quarter. Miss Class Time is back there second. The half in 1:03 flat. Little Bunny Frou Frou is back there fourth. Racing fifth is Luz Night Vision. Racing sixth up the backstretch, Unfailing Grace. They go towards the 3/4 mile marker. Luz Avalon has shifted gears now, and that Luz leg Legacy filly has opened up 5 on the field. Late move by Little Bunny Frou Frou. She comes up on the outside now to be second. Miss Class Time is back to third. Racing fourth is Lose Night Vision. 3/4 and 134.2. Big trotting effort for the 2-year-old filly, and Lose Avalon has pulled away now by 6. By 7, it's all Lose Avalon and Wyatt Avanetti. They're going to win the Downstate Classic for 2-year-old filly trotters by about 8 lengths. Little Bunny Frou Frou will be home second. Lose Night Vision got up for third, followed by Miss Class Time. Then we'll have Unfailing Grace and Goldie's Louise. At mile, 2:04 3/5 of a second. 2:04 3/5.
Exciting race out there for today's first one. Wyatt going pole to pole, winning the first $22,000 Downstate Classic with Lose Avalon.
That mile was in 2:04 3/5. Last quarter was in 30 and a fifth. Last half in 1:01 and 3/5 of a second. It's a very good mile for a 2-year-old trotting filly. The stake record is by Lou's Credit Report back in 2016 at Lincoln, Illinois. 2:02 2/5 of a second. The track record here for a 2-year-old filly trotter was set back in 2007 by the Nick Prather-driven Jazzy Mermaid at 2:03 flat. Nonetheless, 2:04 and 3 with the last half in 1:01.3. Last quarter in 30 and 1/5 of a second. An excellent mile here to start our day.
Looking at our picks here, I don't know what you guys picked, but if you move Casey to third in my trifecta, I nail it. But Casey was third there with the Lose.
Our fair royalties out there in the winner's circle again today. It's nice to have our new 2024 Miss Brown County Fair, Carly Gallagher, with us. Our junior miss is Callie Cassing. Our little mister is Conley Cheney Fitzgerald, and our little miss is Veda Giesler. So Sarah Corman Rust and her daughter are there in the winner's circle. Also down there is Tina Walker-Schrock, who not only is our clerk of the course, Tina is a director of the Downstate Classic. Big shout out to Leanne Shin from down in Newton, Illinois, who administers the Downstate Classic. Leanne Shin has been an integral part of the success of the Downstate Classic for many, many years. Tina Walker represented the Downstate Classic here at the Brown County Fair this afternoon, and Tina likewise a clerk that does an immense amount of work to make the county fair races throughout the state of Illinois successful. Steve Reiner down there from Reiner Photography will be taking the winner's circle photos. Here comes Dr. Flacco and Arlene Flacco there. John will get a word from Dr. Flacco after we get the picture here. Folks, Wyatt Avanetti, our leading driver, he wins our first race and wins $11,000 plus for the Flaccos. There's Dr. Richard Flacco and his lovely wife Arlene down there greeting Wyatt Avanetti. Let's give them all a big hand, folks. Luz Avalon wins the Corman Memorial. John Teefe's down there. Why don't you grab a word with Dr. Flacco, John? Dr. Flacco not only owns Luz Avalon, he is also the breeder. This is a son of his multiple siring Horse of the Year here in Illinois, Luz Legacy.
Yeah, down here with Doc Flacco after the big win, 11th. I'm sorry, I'm looking at race 2. $22,000 purse at the Brown County Fair. How's it feel to take home the victory today?
Wonderful. More important than the money is the horse.
Yeah, and so you've obviously been around the sport for a long time. Can you tell us what it feels like to see a crowd like this, being around as long as you can, and just tell us a little about your history with the sport?
I'm thrilled with this crowd. That's wonderful. Thank you, crowd. Somebody owed me some money, and they paid me in horses, and that's how we got into it. And then I got addicted, and it's been all downhill since then, or uphill.
Well, congratulations. Winner of the first race, $22,000 purse, number 1, Louis Avalon.
Thank you, Doc. Regulars at the Brown County Fair, Doc and Arlene. Stand Lou's legacy, the sire, Lou's Avalon. He has been the Illinois Trotting Sire of the Year on multiple occasions. Nobody promotes the sport more than the Flacos. It's great to have him here at the Brown County Fair. And the first race is now official. Number 1, Lou's Avalon, the winner. Number 2, Miss Class Time, finished 4th. Number 3, Unfailing Grace, was 5th. Number 4, Little Bunny Frou Frou, finished 2nd. Number 5, Lou's Night Vision, was 3rd. And number 6, Goldie's Louise, finished 6th. First quarter was in 32 and a 5th. The half in 103. 3/4 in 134 and 2. The mile was in 204 and 3/5 of a second. First race checks from the top: 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 6 in the bottom, 204, 3/5.
All right, David, you and Lisa would have boxed that just fine, but Lisa was the only one who picked any horse in order. So.
Well, it's more important to get the horses ahead of the other ones, right, than being in the right order.
Absolutely. But she did a great job, a great race to start out with. And so with that, we're going to take a quick station break. We'll be back after these messages.
Your ASE certified technicians at Henry Automotive want to make sure your vehicle is ready for whatever season is ahead. Henry Automotive provides dealership quality auto repair and service at hometown prices. Henry Automotive is located 1157 690th East Street in Mount Sterling. Just turn north at the KC Hall onto Damon Road, drive 1.8 miles, and look for the big blue and yellow sign, or call Henry Automotive at 773-9066.
Main Street Repair and Terry Ham have the reputation of being the best at front-end alignments in the area. With 20 years of experience, Terry is the person that customers and auto repair professionals refer their friends and customers to. But alignments are not the only thing that they do at the Main Street Repair. They repair steering and suspension issues, install leveling and lift kits, repair and replace brakes and tires, do oil changes, as well as minor engine and miscellaneous repairs. Main Street Repair at 216 West Main Street in Mount Sterling. Call for your appointment today at 217-773-3848. Once again, that's 217-773-3848.
Saw some of that in the first race. We might see some of that in the second race. The best horse in this field is likely number 2, Frontier Macho. But Frontier Macho, as you can see in the program, has broke in his last 2 starts. He does have a win.
All right, David, we'll do our talking while John's talking down below. He does a great job with it, though.
Does a fantastic job. I'm so happy to have him doing the handicapping and just kind of keeping the crowd entertained and flowing from thing to thing, from race to race. Speaking of John, good to have Sherry in the chat talking about his dad, Ed, up here doing a great job. He said he forgot more about harness racing than most people have even thought to remember, and that's definitely the truth. We are so fortunate to have such great historians as well as announcers here in the state of Illinois. So let's go to our picks now.
All right, with that in the second race, David, it looks like you went 2-4-3 in the second race.
Well, we heard Travis say last night if Frontier Macho stays flat, he wins by the 25 or what do you say, quarter mile or 16th of a mile. He said he was pretty confident in that horse, and I think I'm going to agree with him. If that horse can manage to stay flat in this county fair track, all the variables that come along with it, then should be a ton the best. My second choice went down to the 4, Illini Star, Kevin and Keith Miller, barn there with Matt Ebnetti in the bike. And my third choice, I went to the 3. You know, Boo Cabot was second in that opening race with one of these races.
With a break.
Yeah, so maybe he's going to be hot today. So I used him third. So I went 2-4-3 for a trifecta.
I went 2-3-4. You went 2-4-3. So we flip-flopped to second and third. Lisa went complete opposite direction. She went with Matt Avenatti, the hot driver. And I guess in her opinion, maybe hot in a couple of different ways, but I'm not even going to.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, 4-2-3. So we all three have the same
Yep,
box.
the same 3 horses just shuffled around.
But we'll see who comes out the closest here on that as we get ready to go here with this
While we
second race.
have a moment here, I want to give a big special shout out to a friend and viewer and follower of ours. We have Craig and Leo Grummel are in a rental car driving back from East Rutherford, New Jersey today. Craig took his father Leo out to the Hamiltonian yesterday, that $1 million race out at the Meadowlands, and they had some flight trouble. He was planning on flying back into St. Louis and driving up to the Brown County Fair today to watch the Downstate Classic at Mount Sterling. Didn't make it. Flights got shuffled around. They had to rent a car. They're driving all the way back. So we appreciate you watching in the car and following us along for sure.
Absolutely. And so we've had several in the chat today, folks. You can get live in that YouTube chat.
We're like 120 watching, give or take. So it's one of our better one of our higher viewed broadcasts, we'll say.
We end up with over 1,000 usually after everything's said and done within just a day or so.
There's maybe only a couple that don't hit that mark, but really the crowd has followed us from fair to fair. It's a testament to the fan base. It's a testament to the horsemen. It speaks volumes that we can produce such good viewership numbers in a state that a lot of horsemen don't think about or want to disregard as being, done with and in the past. But the people are still here, and we can prove it. We can just point to our viewership and say right there, people are still watching horse racing in the state of Illinois.
Looks like is it the monkey seed
they're getting
problems?
Maybe taking the head up, or I can't really see. Sometimes you determine the horse's head is too high or low and want to change that. There's a buckle on the back of that overcheck you can adjust. Maybe it's a line. I can't really tell. It's twisting a line maybe, but with this kind of money on the line, you want everything to be just how you want it.
Yeah, because this one is what?
11,000.
So winner is going to get $5,500 or so.
Yep. And only 4 horses. You got 25% chance, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine 12 head on the track in one race?
Wow.
My childhood, you'd go 10 head, 2 heats, you go race back in an hour. It was just a different sport.
Yeah, different time. Too long a show at that point.
We'll throw it back to Ed. I see the post parade coming my direction.
Family Farms of Alexis. Roshan Trigg is the trainer with Mike Cox. 2 Frontier Macho on Dennis Gardner, Benita Simmons, and Ann Schneider. Tom Simmons, the trainer with Travis Siekman. Number 3, it's Monkey C, owned by Jacob Radel of Edgewood. Cornelius Cavett, the trainer driver. Number 4, Alarnay Star, owned by Keith Miller. Kevin Miller is the trainer. Matt Avenatti will drive. 4 Illinois-bred 2-year-old trotters about to go postward. Get those pick the winner coupons in to have a chance to win that $25. And then 3 big drawings at the end of the program for $250, $250, and $500. Well, as John pointed out, the richest horse in the race is 2 Frontier Macho. He's won 2 of 5. Has been first or second in 3 of 5. He's made over $5,500 this year. Made breaks in his last 2 starts, though, so he needs to overcome that problem. If he does so, he'll be very tough to beat in this field.
Sandy, I don't think I missed the exhaustion of those long, hot days, but it definitely was a different time. We appreciate you sharing those memories with us for sure.
You were probably playing in the dirt under the shade tree.
I was cheap young labor is what I was. I was rolling bandages and leading horses and all that kind of good stuff. I was a gopher when I was too young. I would go for this, go for that.
And you didn't know better.
I didn't know better, no. You know, it's good to see that the Casting Lumber Company sponsor this race. To see them still involved in horse racing. I remember being a kid and going down to the Coin State Fair and seeing the founder of that company, Vic Casting, always was a staple at the Coin State Fair, horse races, and followed the sport very closely. Was always at the state fair as well, and he loved watching the horses. So we appreciate the family staying involved with the fair out here.
54 in parentheses, and indicates that Mike Cox is 54 years old. Travis Siekman is 34 years old. Cornelius Cavett, 36, and Matt Avanetti, 31. So that first little number there in parentheses is the age of the drivers. Then it's got the color of their racing silks. You can see Mike Cox is blue, gold, and tan. Travis Siekman, red, gray, and white. And then after that is their batting averages, so to speak. We talked about that earlier. Mike Cox has made 72 drives this year. He has 16 wins, 16 seconds, and 15 thirds for a universal driving rating of .415, which is very good. Travis Siekman has raced a lot more, 293 drives with 57 wins, 59 seconds, 28 thirds, and a universal driving rating of .338, also very good. He'll go into a new category with 7 more drives, and he will be in the top 10 percentage in the nation once he does with that kind of a universal driver's rating. So the first division of the Downstate Classic for 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings are approaching the starter here. Winner will get 50% of that $11,014 purse. Drivers generally get 5% of the winner's take, and then the trainers get another 5% of the trainer's take.
We give a special shout out there to the Grummels watching in the car, and we had a new subscriber, Joe Grummel. Leo's brothers went ahead and followed us. We appreciate subscribing there. We'll get back to Ed. Second race, moving towards the start of the race.
This field's an 8th away. Here they come. We got a breaker. It's Monkey C. Goes off stride. Rest of the field is off and trotting. Now Illini Star has made a break. So 2 get away. It's Frontier Macho with the lead now with Travis Siekman. They lead by 5 very quickly. Luke Cavatani is their second. Up on the outside, Illini Star. Back trotting fast there, as the trailers are catching up very quickly after those early miscue, but it's Frontier Macho on top by about 5. Lou Capitani is back there second. Moving up quickly now, though, it's a Lionized Star with Matt Avanetti. And they're past the quarter into the upper turn. First quarter, a leisurely 35-4. No wonder the trailers caught up quick. That's a slow first quarter, 35-4. They'll keep Travis honest now off that slow first quarter, which should keep Frontier Macho very fresh here as they trot past the 3/8. They move towards the half-mile marker. It's Frontier Macho on the inside. Cornelius Cavett, who made that early break, is second now with It's Money C. On the inside third is Lou Capitani. On the outside fourth, a Lionized Star. All 4 of these Illinois-bred 2-year-old trotters definitely in contention here. Off the half over to the 5/8 mile marker. The half was in a slow 109 flat. 109 past the half. They're past the 5/8 and the pace will quicken now. They race towards the 3/4 mile marker. Frontier Macho has got every call. It's Monkey C is there second. A Lionized Star on the outside coming at the leader there third. And Lou Capitani's the trailer. Got less than a quarter of a mile to go. Frontier Macho, the class included gelding, now leads by a half a length with a Lionized Star. They can't afford it. Gelding on the outside with the challenge. Now only a head back. Now we got an 1/8 of a mile dash. These colts ought to be fresh off the slow fractions. 3/4 in 142-1. It's Frontier Macho on the inside, Illini Star on the outside. Macho's still there, but Illini Star's coming at him. Frontier Macho, Illini Star. Frontier Macho is going to win it by 3/4 of a length over Illini Star. It's Monkey C was home third, followed by Luke Capitani. 2:12, 2/5. 2:12, 2/5.
I think we were up that whole race. Nailed the try over here. How did you guys do?
Well, I'm trying to.
You're working with the numbers. Okay, I'm
working with the numbers. Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention.
Here for a minute.
Great race, great race. You know, Travis wasn't wrong. He said if that horse stays flat, he lays over this field, and really turned it into a pretty short race coming home. I think that horse has the most talent, and Travis showed it off, and really was well in hand across the wire. I like seeing drivers take care of their horse, especially young, talented ones like this. But good mile by Illini Star.
2:12, 2/5. Last quarter in 30 1/5 of a second. The last half in 1:03 2/5. 2:12, 2/5 for the trotting mile.
Travis wanted to drag race that last quarter home, and they sure did. And he, held off a nice horse in that Illini Star. Matt, made a great drive after that early miscue and came back to finish a strong second.
Our Queen Carly Gallagher's out there with junior miss Callie Cassing. And a little Mr. Conley Cheney Fitzgerald. First division of the Downstate Classic for 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings. Sponsored by Cassing Lumber Company. And there's a whole bunch of Cassings here. Ron's out there. Nate's out there. Several generations of the Cassings who have long been big supporters of the Brown County Fair. And about everything that happens in the Brown County, the Cassing family participates in one way or the other. The late Vic Cassing was a big, big fan of harness racing. Vic always made the races here at the Brown County Fair, the state fairs in Du Quoin and Springfield. Vic Cassing hardly missed today. He's greatly missed by all of us here in Brown County. Frontier Macho is a 2-year-old gelded son of class, included from Maui Mama by Cassis, bred by the Frontier Farms, owned by Dennis Gardner of West Salem, Illinois, Benita Simmons of Springfield, and Ann Schneider of Petersburg. And Schneider's down there. Benita Simmons is down there. This colt's trained by Tom Simmons, who's always been a big supporter of the Brown County Fair. Frontier Macho was a winner over the mile track at Du Quoin in 2:05-1. Wins here, 2:12, 2/5 for Travis Siekman with the last quarter in a snappy 30 1/5 of a second. Watch out for the horses warming up, folks. Be attentive to the horses warming up. Big hand, folks, for Travis Siekman. Frontier Macho, trained by Tom Simmons.
All right, David, you were asking, you got the trifecta. I did pick the winner, but nice. I reversed the horses to not get the trifecta. Lisa only picked the third place horse. So that's where we went.
Steve Reiner down there in that bright shirt. See, Steve, if you'd like any of these winner circle photos, he does an excellent job. Al Brodsky's back with us. Al is well known throughout the country as being a sports photographer. Al comes from Chicago. He's been here yesterday and back today. We appreciate having Al Brodsky here at the Brown County Fair's harness racing program. He'll take hundreds of pictures, and many of them will be seen now with the internet, not only in Illinois, but throughout the world. So thanks, Al Brodsky. Tina Walker-Schrock coming back across the racetrack, a director of the Downstate Classic and our clerk of the course and the secretary-treasurer of the Midwestern Illinois Racing Association. Results of the second race now official. Number 1, Luke Capitani was 4th. Number 2, Frontier Macho, the winner. Number 3, It's Monkey C finished 3rd. Number 4, Illini Star was 2nd. First quarter was in 35 4/5. The half in 109, 3/4 in 142 and a fifth, the mile 2:12 2/5. Race 2 checks from the top, 4-1, 3-2 on the bottom, 2:12 2. Don?
When you are ready to move to a new home or refinance the one you are in, Farmers State Bank and Trust Company in Mount Sterling will make sure the process moves along smoothly. With competitive rates, superior service, and great solutions that fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today and get everything you need to get moving. Farmers State Bank and Trust Company of Mount Sterling. Locally owned, locally operated, locally dedicated. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Okay, back with things here. We want to thank the Coles County Fair. We had a good couple of days down there, David, doing their fair for them.
So hospitable. They work so hard to put on a great program, and there's so many good horsemen down that direction who work tirelessly in this sport. We appreciate everything down there in the Coles County, Charleston area.
And so with that, we appreciate that. And let's see.
While I got a moment here, I'm going to go ahead and it's good to see a friendly face in my chat. I got a text message from Grant DeWitt's out there watching on the Harness Tube view. It's good to see him in the chats and in the text messages. He says he hasn't forgot the horse racing stuff. He grew up in the Allen Bowen barn when he was about 13, 14 years old, a young little twerp. But he remembers the ropes. He remembers. Doug and I used to lock him in a stall and torture that poor kid. But he grew up into quite a nice young man. He's done quite well for himself, and we're glad he's following along in a sport that once it bites you, that bug's hard to get rid of. So it's good to see people still following along. Appreciate you watching, Grant.
All right, let's take a look at this third race, David, as we get ready to go here with the third race, $11,000 purse. Okay.
Well, I didn't go with the chalk. That Randy's giving Steve a hard time about the chalk horse in this race. I went with a different horse. I went with my picks for today's third race, 4-1-2. I used Shady Maple Becker as my second choice and went on top to Casey Leonard, Steve Serrell. Casey's too good of a driver. That's too good of a bred horse. Steve's a great trainer. There's speed on that card, showing last quarters in 29 seconds and 4/5, and two last quarters before in 30 and change. So using that horse top, Shady Maple Becker's been ultra tough at these fairs. I think that horse is going to be tough to not use in your mix here. And my third choice was Fox Valley Brady. That horse also 4 for 5 around the Illinois circuit this year.
Same box for all three of us, David, but I went 1-2-4, and Lisa went 1-4-2.
I'm the outlier here, I think.
You are.
And I don't know if I just went out on a limb with thinking that maybe Steve Serrell, in case you're prepping for the state fair, maybe they're looking long term and they got these things. I might be reading too much into it here, but either way, we're glad they're down here racing with these good horses, and it's gonna be a good race.
Getting a look and a smile. He can't help himself for calling me Chalk. That's going to be my nickname. Yours is Tackle Box. Mine's Chalk, okay?
Tackle Box. And Simmons is here today. Just won that last race. Tom Simmons, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Everybody's got a name in harness racing, and now mine is Chalk.
Well, when you have to wipe that much off the chalkboard because you keep going with the favorite, it happens, right?
Well, in this particular race I did. I picked differently than you and Lisa altogether, so, and apparently not picking right. Let's put it that way.
If you make me pick every race, I go chalk sometimes, but if I'm going to bet, I'm only betting horses that have a long shot or something there's a value to it. But if we're picking every race, I'm going to go chalk when it deems go chalk.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at this. As you look at this, he's calling me chalk because Shady Maple Becker has 4 first and 2 seconds. Times haven't been that great, but also the times for the rest of the horses. Yeah, the 4, I can see why Mustang Danny, David, you might have went with that horse based on times, but that's also on Springfield and DeCoin.
Well, right.
And so we talk about the advantage of the county horse people that run these half-mile tracks all the time.
You know, the rule of thumb, maybe we'll say this isn't accurate all the time, but we'll say about 4-second drop to go from a half-mile to a mile track if you're trying to convert in your mind and do some analysis in your brain. But, yeah, Shady Maple Becker's been ultra tough at these fair circuit and went to DeCoin and Springfield a couple times. 8 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 2/3. Never missed the board in a young career here. You know, my thought maybe is that horse at its peak now, and maybe Mustang Danny's coming up, you know, just in time for the state fair, the timing of the season and whatnot. But if Becker walks over this field, I would not be surprised at all. That's a really good horse.
Yeah, absolutely, and a hot driver. I mean, the hottest driver in the state right now as far as I'm concerned.
And he was down under the tree today. We were talking before the races, and he was giving me some of his secrets on his driving techniques, and he's got a method to his madness, that Wyatt Avenatti. He's a good driver, a good horseman, and a good guy.
Well, I mean, I heard him talk to John yesterday as we were coming back up after we handed him $200 worth of cash, you know, for trot and pace yesterday. But the fact is he likes to get out front and stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially part of his mindset there.
There's too many variables at these county fairs. If you can remove that one, and put yourself in front of a lot of the traffic, it makes it a lot easier to overcome some of those variables you don't see coming. But he does a great job. And when he gets to the front end, how he controls the time of the mile is definitely important, too. He's very smart about knowing when the moves can be made and when they can't be made. So,
all right, we'll go to Ed Tiefy because I think
they're at the head of the stretch. Over $11,000 at stake here in the Downstate Classic race. Race number 3 on our card. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. Great start for the 2-year-old Shady Maple Becker on the inside. Fox Valley Brady from the outside. Mustang Danny. They race into the first turn. Mustang Danny's not going to wait. Casey Leonard is on the move as Fox Valley Brady's gone off stride. Settles quickly, though, but he drops back by about 5 lengths. They swing out of the first turn. It's Shady Maple Becker, the Can't Afford It gelding, leading by 2 lengths. Racing second is Mustang Danny by Lose a Legacy. Back trotting there third is Fox Valley Brady, another Can't Afford It. And the trailer, but surely in contention, is Maple Grove Patrick, another Can't Afford It. They're past the quarter into the upper turn. The quarter was in 32 and 3/5 of a second. Off a quarter in 32 and 3. Up front, it's Shady Maple Becker by 2. Mustang Danny and Casey Leonard set right there a second. As they trot towards that half-mile marker, it's Fox Valley Brady third. Maple Grove Patrick has made a break and drops back. They're past the half now. Shady Maple Becker, Wyatt Avenatti by a length and a half. Mustang Danny getting the trip, the half in 104, 4/5 of a second. Off the half in 104.4. Shady Maple Becker has got every call. Mustang Danny right there second. Racing a third is Fox Valley Brady. Then we got Maple Grove Patrick. Past the draw gate, they head up the backstretch towards the 3/4 mile marker. Shady Maple Becker, already a winner of over $13,000 this year at 2. Trying to pick up some more here as they enter that final turn. 138 off the 3/4. Shady Maple Becker shifted gears. Mustang Danny still right there second. Fox Valley Brady's on the outside. They got an 1/8 of a mile to go. Shady Maple Becker still leads by a length. Mustang Danny is right there second. 3 wide on the outside, Fox Valley Brady. But it's going to be Shady Maple Becker, wire to wire. Shady Maple Becker wins it. Mustang Danny's home second, followed by Fox Valley Brady and Maple Grove Patrick.
Pull ourselves back up and we'll talk about, as a wicked last quarter there. We have a mile, I think Steve's putting up here, 2:07.1. Off of 3/4 of 38 flat. My math's saying that's 28-4 last quarter, something like that. But snappy last quarter. Shady Maple Becker had plenty in the tank turning for home to hold off the competition. It's a hard closing Fox Valley Brady and Mustang Danny. What
This
was Lisa's
race,
pick again?
Sponsored by the Brown
she went
County
142.
State
She
Bank.
trifected.
So she hit it.
Mile
And
was
you
in
had the 2 and 4 split.
I had a 2 and 4
last
messed up.
quarter
I got the
in
box, but I
29,
didn't get the trifecta
and
like
a
she
1/5
did.
of a second.
And so nice job there as she picks up her first
Congratulations to
win of the day.
Wilson and,
Wyatt's trying to solidify these fastest
Metz
time
down
and
there
most
with their
points of the
families on
meet. I
behalf
think
of the
he's
Brown
doing
County
quite a clinic
State
out
Bank.
here.
Okay, that was a
The Mount
trot.
Sterling
And
Fair.
let's
Our
see.
fair
So Wyatt
royalty
is, what was
about
that,
to make the
207?
Brown
So he's
County
still
State
204
Trophy
on that,
presentation.
and still leads from the very first race today.
Will be coming out there again on behalf of the Downstate Classic
Notes over here
to make the
New shoes
Downstate
for baby.
Classic Trophy presentation.
Oh, Gus was so
along
cute
with the
last night
Brown
at dinner
County
today
State Bank.
around the barn area. Wyatt's young son.
All right, we'll go to Ed to the winner's
Gelded son,
circle.
I can't afford it, from Charlotte Aber by Muscles Yankee, bred by Freeman Mast and Chester Mast. Shady Maple Becker is owned by Wyatt Lane and David Avanetti, a Chrisman, who are all with us here yesterday and back today. Of course, Wyatt is extending his lead as our meets leading driver. He's been red hot at the fairs this summer. 5 straight at Altamont the other day. He won 9 races at Urbana in one day, and Wyatt Avanetti has picked up a couple of wins here today already. This one with Shady Maple Becker, trained by his father, David Avanetti, to a win here in 207-1, getting the Downstate Classic and Brown County State Bank trophies. Emma Schrock's down there with David Avanetti. Now a winner of over $18,000 two-year-old dollars this year. Let's give him a hand, folks. The meet's leading driver in the county fair circuit this summer, Wyatt Avanetti, here with Shady Maple Becker.
All right,
The
David.
results of the third race now official. Number 1, Shady Maple Becker, the winner. Number 2, Fox Valley Brady was third. Number 3, Maple Grove Patrick was fourth. Number 4, Mustang Danny was second. First quarter was in 32 3/5. The half in 104 4/5. 3 quarters in 138. The mile was in 207 1/5 of a second. Third race checks down 1-3-4-2 on the bottom. 207-1 for that trotting mile. Coming up next will be
Yoder Custom Woodworking was started in 1995 by the Yoder family as a retail Amish furniture store in Sullivan, Illinois. They offer custom kitchen cabinets, granite and quartz countertops, built-in office and bathroom cabinetry, and offer a wide range of Amish furniture. Their store is located at 1117 West Jackson Street in Sullivan, Illinois, with store hours Tuesday through Friday 9 to 4:30 and Saturday 9 to 3. For more information, contact Yoder Custom Woodworking at 217-728-2166.
Yingling and Nissen Insurance. Stop in and talk to one of our agents today about your insurance needs.
We really appreciate the support of the community in our business for the last 40-some years. Come and see us if you have questions on your policy with us, or if you want a quote and you're with someone else now, we'd be happy to work with you.
Give Yingling and Nissen Agency a call at 217-773-3397. Go Hornet!
This is Tracy Hendricker with the Hendricker Funeral Home in Mount Sterling. For the past 50 years, our family has committed to providing the finest facilities and compassionate services to our community. We pledge to continue to assist the families we serve as though they were our own. We also want to wish the best of luck to all those competing on the playing field or striving for excellence in the classroom. You all make Hornet Nation so very proud. And remember, go Hornets!
Bring us back up. All right, Steve's working on something over there. I'm running through some text trying to get this stuff. We have a driver's change in the 4th race. Ed announced we're going to go ahead and let Steve try to put that in there with Kelsey Perryman on the 1 Fox Valley Showgal.
I'm going to have to pull the sheets up because I don't have race 4 up, David.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and look at handicapping, I guess, for the 4th race since we're. Let's take a moment first off here. This is the Bunny and Joanne O'Connor memorial here, and that's Dane Flessner's grandparents. I remember Dane talking about his grandparents loving the sport, and it instilled that passion in Dane. I know Dane loves following the horse racing too, and always been a big fan. They had the Tasty Treat back in however long ago that's been, years ago. We appreciate everyone's support out here. Today's 4th race is a 2-year-old filly pace, 1st division of the downstate. My choices here, I went 3-6-4. I used the 3-horse Fox Valley Groupie out of the Hart Walker barn on top. That horse, with the Walker family, Hart, Jim Ballinger, who owned Fox Valley Gemini, Chaz, and Bob Walker own this horse together. That horse shows 3 starts, two for money and 1 qualifier, but each mile has got a last quarter in 27 seconds and change. That horse shows that it can produce speed on demand. I don't know how it is around these kind of fair tracks or whatnot, but we're going to go ahead and assume that if lined out, Travis can find that trigger and send that horse on his way. My second choice went to the 6, Fox Valley Beth. It shows a win last outing at Altamont in the Jeffers Memorial, going for $7,000. Also, the start before got a last quarter in 27-4. So once again, that young 2-year-old shows it can produce some speed. My third choice, PD's Rum Runner. That's out of the Kevin Miller and Wyatt Avenetti connections there. That horse, owned by Perry DeLuna and a Piece of the Action LLC of Culver City, California, has made 5 starts this year. 3 of those wins, 2 seconds. So never worse than second in his young career. Can't ignore that horse. My trifecta looks like 3-6-4. And if I can steal Steve's paper while he's talking, I'll go ahead and go through their picks here. The 4th race, Steve went to the 4-3-6. So he took my same 3 horses and just jumbled them around, putting the PD's Rum Runner on top. The horse just showing too many wins for Steve to probably ignore that one. His second choice there, we went to the 3-horse. He went to Groupie second and used Beth third, whereas Lisa went 4-1-2. So she used PD's Rum Runner again out of Wyatt and Kevin's barn, just too tough. But her second choice was the 1-horse. She went to Fox Valley Showgal. Her third choice looks to be the 2 Hole in a Bottle. She's like the Avenettis and the Merv Chupp Trainee. The horse is showing some lines on there too that can produce some speed. Earlier miles in 29-second last quarters is always tough to look when a horse is getting below 30 seconds. They're showing they can be a racehorse anyway. So all these horses are definitely competitive here. Anyone's race. We'll see what's going on. But that's how I have them picked. Steve's still working over there. I'm just going to keep thumbing through my program for stuff.
Through.
Yeah. We're on the 4th race here. It's good to see Jim Ballinger represented in the program. For those of you familiar with horse racing, Jim is not only a world-class antique collector, but also owned Fox Valley Gemini, who was Horse of the Year numerous times, and made almost $900,000, close to $1 million in his lifetime, in Illinois bred, who raced most of his career right here in Illinois for Casey and Terry Leonard. So good to see Jim Ballinger in the program with the Walkers. Good to see the Walkers back. Good to see Hart back out here. Hart Walker set the track record here with Taser Gun, if you remember that name, in 2001, pacing a mile in 1:53.1. Hart was quite a horseman back in the day. Became a police officer down in Jerseyville, I believe, and is now back in the game doing the horse thing with his family, and glad to see him take on those reins from Father Bob. But I'm going to toss it back to Ed, who is on the mic, and we have a post-break coming our direction.
Bunny and Joanne O'Connor Memorial. Number 1 is Fox Valley Showgirl, owned by Carlos Santos of Springfield. Dosey Minor, the trainer. Kelsey Perryman now doing the driving. Number 2, Hole in the Bottle, owned by Chupp Racing Stable Incorporated of Crete. Merv Chupp, the trainer, with Matt Avenetti. Number 3, Fox Valley Groupie, owned by Hart Walker, Jim Ballinger, Chaz Walker, and Bob Walker of Jerseyville and Carrollton. Hart Walker's the trainer with Travis Siekman driving. 4 is PD's Rum Runner, owned by a Piece of the Action Stable of Culver City, California. Kevin Miller, the trainer, with Wyatt Avenetti. Number 5, Lily Bella, owned by Willie Scott of Raymond, Mississippi. Freddie Patton Jr., the training driver. And number 6, Fox Valley Beth, owned by the Fox Valley Standardbreds is Sherman. Jim and Tracy Walker, Standardbreds is Sherman. Tom Simmons trains with Casey Leonard doing the driving. 6 Illinois bred 2-year-old pacing fillies about to go postward for the Bonnie and Joanne O'Connor Memorial. Race 4 in the Downstate Classic Series. Track record here for 2-year-old pacing fillies at the Brown County Fair was set just a couple of years ago by the Tom Simmons driven Fox Valley Kia, 158 and 4. The Downstate Classic record is Miss Kelly at Lincoln in 2009, 158 and 2. Five on the gate. Fox Valley Beth and Casey Leonard will be the lone filly in the back tier. $12,814 at stake here. 2 divisions of the 2-year-old filly pace in the Downstate Classic Series. Gates on the move. Eighth away. Here they come. And they're off in pacing. A great start for the 2-year-old pacing fillies. PD's Rum Runner trying to drive out there very quickly, but between horses is Fox Valley Groupie. Fox Valley Groupie is going to get the lead on the outside. It's PD's Rum Runner putting in a few steps there, but Wyatt's got him gathered in now. He's parked on the outside. It's Fox Valley Groupie on the inside, PD's Rum Runner on the outside, and now PD's Rum Runner is going to race up and get the lead here. They're smoking pretty good as they go to that quarter-mile marker. Travis Seekman saying, I'm not going to let you stay there, and he drives back out to the front with Fox Valley Groupie. New leaders, Fox Valley Groupie. Also on the move is Hole in the Bottle and Matt Evanetti. They're on the outside. They're second as the field races over to the 3/8 mile marker off a quarter in 30 and 1/5 of a second. Hole in the Bottle on the outside. Fox Valley Groupie on the inside. Groupie still with the lead. Hole in the Bottle going the big mile on the outside. Has a head in front as they race towards the half. PD's Rum Runner is back there third. Little Lily Bella is back there fourth. Fox Valley Beth moves up on the outside with cover fifth now for Casey Leonard, and racing sixth as we go around that last turnover there into the past the quarter mile marker over to the 5/8. The half in 1 minute flat. Half in 1 minute flat. Fox Valley Groupie with the lead on the inside by a half a length. Hole in the Bottle still parked out there second. Fox Valley Beth is about to go 3 wide as they race towards the 3/4 mile marker. Horse to catch though is Fox Valley Groupie. Fox Valley Groupie now leads by 3 lengths. Racing that final turn off the 3/4 and 130 flat. This filly could go in 2 minutes here as she now pulls away by 5. Hole in the Bottle is back there second. She's gone a whale of a mile, but it's all Fox Valley Groupie. The Some Stars Somewhere filly has opened up 8, 9, 10 on the field. It's all Fox Valley Groupie in the fourth for Travis Seekman. Battle for a second here. Looks like it's going to be the 4 over the 6. So PD's Rum Runner was second. Fox Valley Beth was home third. Folks, you just witnessed the fastest mile by a 2-year-old filly pacer in the long history of the Brown County Fair. 158 2/5. 158 2/5 ties the downstate stake record of 158 and 2 set in Lincoln in 2009 by Miss Kelly. but breaks the track record here for 2-year-old pacing fillies, 158.2. The old record by Fox Valley Kia, 158.4 and 22. 158 2/5. So Tina Walker-Schrock, the sister of Hart Walker, one of the owners and trainers of this nice filly. Trackside here, remarkable mile, 158 and 2. Last quarter in 28 and 2. Last half in 58 and 2. Breaks the all-time track record for a 2-year-old pacing filly here at the Brown County Fair. And ties the stake record for the Downstate Classic for 2-year-old pacing fillies. Dane Flessner's down there with his family, about to make the Bunny and Joanne O'Connor trophy presentation. Tina Walker-Schrock has a dual capacity here as the brother of the owner and the sister of several of the owners, sister of all the owners of this fine filly. Hart Walker down there with Travis Seekman. Folks, there's the fastest 2-year-old pacing filly in the history of the Brown County Fair, and we've been racing here since 1878. Fox Valley Groupies, the 2-year-old daughter of Some Star Somewhere, from Rock with Delight by Rock and Roll Hanover, bred by Fox Valley Standardbreds. Dr. Ken and Pat Walker's Fox Valley Standardbreds, where they stand Some Star Somewhere. Their sale coming up August 31st on their farm there in Sherman, Illinois, where a whole bunch of Some Star Somewheres will be offered. Folks, a big hand for the connections of the fastest 2-year-old trotting filly in the history of the Brown County Fair. Travis Seekman and Fox Valley Groupie.
Hey everyone, I'm down here with Dane Flessner, who'd said, man, he's a little too shy to get interviewed, but he said he would do it for this. Bunny and Joan O'Connor, everyone knows how important the fair was to them. Dane, tell us why you chose to dedicate this race to them and what the fair meant to them.
My grandma and grandpa did a lot with horses back when I was little. I was raised by my grandma, and it's the reason that I fell in love with horse racing. And we've done this every year for her and grandpa, and we'll continue to do it. We just love being here. Thanks, Ed Teefy. You're a stud horse. And everybody at the Brown County Fair does a great job.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Dane. It's good seeing you, man. Also here with the winning trainer, Hart Walker, legendary basketball player, I heard, but also legendary trainer as well. Big mile here, going for $12,000. As a trainer, what are your kind of thoughts going into a race like this? I'll be honest, I pick you third, came out one by a bunch of lengths. How's this feel?
First of all, I was probably the worst basketball player in my family. But this filly is a very good filly. She's from day one. We bought her Land of Lincoln sale. She's progressed through the summer. The state fair's coming up, so you want to continue to take steps forward. So she'll race Friday, August 9th in the eliminations. Hopefully she can compete at that level and, go on to make money the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I don't know if how far you go back with horse racing here at the fair, but tell us a little bit about your history here, specifically a horse by the name of Taser Gun, and what the Brown County Fair means to you and your family.
Well, I'm a third-generation horseman. I've been coming here since I was in diapers. I drove since I was 16, 17 years old. I was fortunate enough to drive Taser Gun here, and I don't know, we went in 53 and change. Most of you were here that night probably that can remember it. Pretty exciting night. Great family support, so it's every year we love coming to Mount Sterling.
Great. Thanks a lot, Hart.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Great seeing you too. We'll see you in Springfield. Okay.
Walkers, as John pointed out, have been supporting the Brown County Fair for many, many years. Not only with Taser Gun, but with a host of other horses over the years. I don't think they've missed a Brown County Fair in 50-plus years. Good to see him here in the winner's circle. The patriarch of the family, Bob Walker, down there in the side-by-side. His son, Hart, wins with Fox Valley Groupie here in a track record time of 1:58.2. Results of the fourth race now official. Number 1, Fox Valley Showgal was fourth. Number 2, Hole in the Bottle finished sixth. Number 3, Fox Valley Groupie, the winner. Number 4, PD's Rum Runner was second. Number 5, Lily Bella finished fifth. Number 6, Fox Valley Beth was third. First quarter was in 30 and 1/5 of a second. The half in a minute flat. 3/4 in 1:30. The mile 1:58.2. Race 4 checks from the top 4-6-1, 2-5-3 on the bottom. New track record and a top.
Orthopedics is probably one of the best specialties where you see something that's happened that's ugly and you get to see such a change when you fix them.
My passion is getting people back to their regular activities of life.
That's the reason why I went into orthopedics.
This job has been so satisfying.
It is so much fun to do what I do.
You get to help a lot of people, and it's definitely one of the things that give me great satisfaction.
All right, David, so we can talk here for a second. We
pull the unofficial down there. There we go.
There we go. Sorry, unofficial comes down and times come down. I'm sorry about that.
Good to have our friends from the 412 tuning in to watch us along here with Jim and Mo. We appreciate them following along. It's a great day, super sunny day of racing. Thanks for bringing us all the action. We appreciate you following along everything you do for sponsoring and broadcasting horse racing across the country. Thanks, guys. Now you can have it back.
All right. So as we get ready to go here, we're getting ready for race number 5
coming up, yeah.
Okay, 5 coming up here.
Looking at driver standings, we still have Wyatt on top. Looks like he has 38 points to Travis's 20, so pretty commanding lead there. Jordan has, here we go. 38 to 20. Yeah, Travis is in second. Our trainer standings, Jamaica has 25, but Kevin has surpassed him. Kevin stepped up and now has 24 24. I can't count. 20, so it's a close race in the trainer standings. It's Jamaica with 25 and Kevin with 24.
All right, and looking at the picks for this next race, everybody picked Wildcat Abbey, Casey Leonard driven Rashawn Trigg horse here. This horse has been 1, 2, 3.
That might be one of the best two-year-old filly pacers in the state right there. She's proven that against competition with United Champions Company. She's beaten them. She's paced last course in 26-3 and 27 flat 2 times before that. This filly picked up Casey in the bike and only got better, so she's going to be awfully tough to beat out here.
And you, Lisa, picked the one horse in that second place, Katie's Bright Star, Jamaica Patent driven, and trained horse.
And if you're picking up on my notes here, you can see that down there in that line, they have a 27-second flat last quarter on that filly. So this time of the year, I'm definitely looking at who can show speed because they can all go pretty fast. It's who can go really fast.
I picked the 3-horse Fox Valley Lava in that second spot.
Avnetti, Lohman, and Miller is a tough combination to overlook, right?
And then I went for the 1-horse in the 3rd place spot, so I didn't pick much differently than you. You picked a 6 in the 3 spot. Lisa picked a 2.
Yeah, good to talk to George Pollock today. He owns that 6-horse, Miss Tootie, with his friend Kay Barlow from over in Rushville and Augusta area. Longtime horseman. George can about make a racetrack better than anybody I've ever seen, and he's taught Dan Shaw over there at the Schuyler County Fair. They do a great job maintaining that surface. But George has the experience in the horse business. He knows what he's doing. That's a horse that they bred themselves. Nick raced that horse. I think she won the 3-year-old United Championship, 3-year-old filly pace here in Illinois at a Fort Apache Hanover. San Antonio Rose was a heck of a mare. We wish them success out of those Schuyler County friends.
All right. And so that's the rundown so far in this race. Brady, did you bring your picks? Oh, did you hear that, David?
I didn't hear it.
He forgot his picks.
You want a headset? I think he said yeah.
I think because he forgot his picks, he has to be on the headset, don't you?
There's a rule somewhere, isn't there?
Brady Schrock up here helping with the timing. He was supposed to pick horses and be our guest to pick for the day.
Here comes our post parade. Ed's going to go back. Let's watch. There he is.
Field now for race 5. Number 1, Katie's Bright Star, owned by Ron Phillips of Athens. Jamaica Patton, the trainer driver. 2, Captain's Magic, owned by Steve Cyril of Grant Park, Brian Cote of Bradford, Jim Ellinger, and the Einfeldts. Steve Cyril's the trainer, Wyatt Evanetti driving. Number 3, Fox Valley Lava, owned by the Millers of Arthur, Brian Loman of Broadlands. Detweilers of Sullivan, Kevin Miller, the trainer, with Matt Evanetti. Number 4, Wildcat Abbey, owned by Timothy Williams of Mississippi. Rushan Trigg, the trainer, with Casey Leonard. Number 5, What's Up, You Tell Me, owned by Curtis Bankston Jr. of Mississippi. Dennis Bankston, the trainer, and the driver of the 5. And number 6, Miss Tootie, owned by George Pollock of Rushville and Kate Bartlow of Augusta. Nick Prather, the trainer, with Travis Seekman. There's your field for race number 5, sponsored by the Brown County Democrats.
All right, David, I don't know if you've got any more to add.
Get your winners in for this one. It should be another good one.
On this race? We can't hear John, so I can talk then. That's fine. Yeah, Wildcat Abbey's just, that horse, I've watched her. We saw her, I think, at Decatur made her first start, maybe. We saw her early on. She won in front of us and then has went on to win at about every level, beating tough competition in DuQuoin and Springfield, and then getting that big win at Altamont in the Jeffers Memorial Stake on the 29th. But it's a 6-horse field, and these county fairs are always wide open because it's a county fair racing, right? There's so many variables that come into play, and hard telling what's going to happen out here. But to overlook that 4-horse and not use it on top, I think would be foolish. That horse is just way too sharp right now, way too fast. I don't know. That's where I went for sure.
Well, and if you're looking at times being another thing that you can look at, in the races that they're in, that horse has got some really good times.
Yeah,
there.
and but
most of them are on a mile track.
We just saw Fox Valley Groupie, who paced last course in 27 and change, step up and pace 28 and 2 out here at this county fair. So, they're having to go really fast, if not for just a quarter mile, but they're going to have that speed to compete at a next level. And I see that in the 4. So we're going to cut it back to the camera and give it to Ed to announce today's 5th race.
Right from the starter, Stacy DeRoos driving the gate. It's at the head of the stretch. Mike Brink's starting gate is an 8th away. Here they come. And they're off in a pace, and a good start for this field of 2-year-old pacing fillies. Katie's Bright Star away well. Also driving out Wildcat Abbey into that first turn. Katie's Bright Star, Wildcat Abbey on the far outside. What's Up, You Tell Me, and What's Up, You Tell Me's rough gated and makes a break. What's Up, You Tell Me has made a break. That leaves Casey Leonard on top here with Wildcat Abbey. Wildcat Abbey by 2.5. Katie's Bright Star is right there second. Racing third is Captain's Magic. Past the quarter into the upper turn. Fourth is Miss Tootie, and Miss Tootie thinks about pulling there. Now she does. She's on the outside as they move over to the 3/8 off a quarter and 29, 1/5 of a second. Wildcat Abbey by 1 length and a quarter. Katie's Bright Star is still right there, second. Racing third is Fox Valley Alava. Captain's Magic is also there with the leaders as we come towards the half mile and past there. It's Wildcat Abbey by 1 length and a quarter. Katie's Bright Star on the inside. On the outside, Miss Tootie is right there third. You're going the long mile now. Fourth on the inside now is Captain's Magic. On the outside there, fifth. That's Matt Evanetti with Fox Valley Lava. And the trailer here is What's Up, You Tell Me. Phillies well bunched as they race towards the 3/4 mile marker. Off a half and 1 minute and 1/5 of a second. 1 minute and 1/5 is Wildcat Abbey by 1 length and a quarter. Miss Tootie going a monster miles out there second, but a little leg weary now. On the inside, Katie's Bright Star and Jamaica Patton. They're getting the trip. 3 quarters and 131 and 2. A nice breather there for the leader, and she's using it because she shifted gears for Casey Leonard, and Wildcat Abby is flying at the head of the stretch. She leads by 5, by 6, by 7. It's all Wildcat Abby. Casey Leonard. Wildcat Abby's going to win it by 10. Wire to wire for Wildcat Abbey. Captain's Magic was second. Katie's Bright Star Home third, followed by Miss Tootie with a big mile. She was fourth. 159, 1/5. 159, 1/5.
What an exciting race. You know, I told you that Wildcat Abbey is a freak. That filly came out of the last turn pacing absolutely sideways. You can see the legs just leaning over. A horse that leans into the turn like that is usually tough to beat because they know how to pace the turns well and can get around any kind of, situation they're put in the middle of a race. So that's a nice little filly there for the Rochun Trigg barn. And Timothy DeMond Williams out of Crystal Springs, Mississippi, got himself a nice $4,000 purchase at the Illini Classic sale. So if you're interested in, dreams do come true. You can go in with less than $5,000 and walk out with a horse that is, arguably one of the better ones in the class in the state. So congratulations to the connections, absolutely, on that one.
Did
you Brown County Democrat.
Last quarter.
Did you get the 5 and the 6?
In a remarkable 27 and 4/5 of a second. Last quarter, 27 and 4.
There you go, 27 and 4 last quarter.
Last half in 59-1. 159-1, and this filly could have gone a whole lot more if necessary here this afternoon. This race, sponsored by the Brown County Democrats, is going to go to the 4, Wildcat Abbey.
Whenever you're pacing last quarters at these fairs as a 2-year-old, sub 28 seconds, you're absolutely screaming. Thank you, Sandy, for all the nice words. We appreciate it.
Quite a mile here. Wildcat Abbey is owned by Tim Williams at Crystal Springs, Mississippi. Trackside with the trainer Rochun Trigg, who brought us 9 horses to race here at the Brown County Fair. Rochun Trigg, a big supporter of our fair for many, many years, and here he's got Tim Williams as Wildcat Abbey. This filly will be one of the favorites at the Illinois State Fair. This is quite a filly. Mile 59 and 1 with the last quarter in 27 and 4/5 of a second. Tina Walker-Schrock from the Downstate Classic Board coming trackside again. Rhonda Johnson, our circuit clerk, is down there with Sharon Teefy representing the Democrat Party here in Brown County. Rhonda Johnson, the longtime circuit clerk, retiring after this term, has done a great job serving Brown County for many, many years. A big supporter of the Brown County Fair and a lot of the Brown County events. Her and Sharon Teefy with this trophy presentation. To Wildcat Abbey, trained by Rochun Trigg, driven by the top-rated driver and drives 3 to 500 by the United States Trotting Association, Casey Leonard. Many, many times the top driver at the Chicago Raceways, at the state fairs in Springfield and DeQuine. It's a pleasure to have Casey Leonard here at the Brown County Fair, and he makes an impressive drive on Wildcat Abbey. Let's give you a big hand, folks. 59-1, last quarter 27-4. Results of race 5 now official. Number 1, Katie's Bright Star was third. Number 2, Captain's Magic was second. Number 3, Fox Valley Lava was 5th. Number 4, Wildcat Abbey, your winner. Number 5, What's Up, You Tell Me, was 6th. And number 6, Miss Tootie, was 4th. First quarter was in 29 and 1, the half and a minute flat. 3 quarters in 131 and 2, the mile 159 and 1. Top down, 3, 2, 5, 1, 6, 4 on the bottom. Last quarter, 27 and 4/5 of a second.
Thinking about replacing a furnace or building a home? Confused by the options? Contact the Comfort Man at Scranton Heating and Cooling about GeoComfort geothermal systems. Harness the energy stored in the earth to provide your heating and cooling. Geothermal is extremely efficient, safe, and environmentally friendly. It could save you up to 70% on your heating and cooling bills. Call the Comfort Man at Scranton Heating and Cooling at 217-773-2626 to discover the best option for your home.
Make plans now to attend the 25th Annual Illini Classic Yearling Sale on Labor Day at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield. Established in 1999, the Illini Classic has been producing champions for a quarter century, including reigning Illinois divisional champions On Higher Ground and Scorecard Dandy. It's the Illini Classic Yearling Sale, Monday, September 2nd at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield, beginning at 11 a.m. Central. Come join us and finish the summer strong.
When it comes to your money, local is better. Farmers National Bank of Griggsville is here in the heart of the community, working where we live. We make sensible loans to our friends and neighbors so that we can help our community grow. Stop by and see our friendly staff and see what we can do to meet your financial goals. Located in Griggsville, Pittsfield, and Mount Sterling. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
On the heels of that last ad you just ran, I'm going to go ahead and give them an additional plug, because today I was scrounging around town on Sunday like an idiot trying to find cash for my Drivers and Trainers Award, and it turns out every ATM in town was out of cash after the Derby last night, but Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, they stepped up and was able to go through their drive-thru and get some cash so I can get these drivers an award. So we appreciate them, being in our broadcast and the services they provide with their ATMs across town.
All right. Yes, thank you to them. They've been a great sponsor at BC Horn Sports for a number of years. We're glad that we could have them on the broadcast today.
Check this out. In the comment section, we've got Callie Avenatti. Wyatt Avenatti is one win away from 400 lifetime and 100 for the year. So let's keep an eye on Wyatt, and let's tell Ed that wherever Ed went. Ed left. There he is. We'll pass that note along.
We'll just have him read it.
But, yeah, that's exciting. We'll definitely keep our ear to the ground on that one. And speaking of Wyatt's dominating our Drivers' Championship right now. He has 41 points to Travis Seekman's 20. Jordan Patton back there third with 17. While as our trainers' standings, we have Jamaica on top with 26. Kevin Miller's a close second with 24. And Roshan Trigg is stepping up now to finish a nice 30. He's got 20 points to be in contention here. We still have like half a card to go, so we definitely want to wish all of our drivers and trainers the best of luck, but we're cheering for Wyatt and hitting those big milestones, especially at a place where we're glad that he came last night and brought his family out, got to experience the Brown County way.
Okay, David, are we still at 158 for a pace, or did that go off this last race?
The pace started race 4. We've had 58. No, it's 59 and 1. 58 and 2 still, or 58 and 2 is still the fastest mark by Group E out of the Walker's barn.
Okay. All right. With that, as we take a look now, as we go to race 6, we're going to get to the halfway mark here. And the halfway mark shows $12,000 pace, $12,314. 2-year-old colt pace here. 5 horses in this race. And let's see, number 6, David went 2, 3, 4, Fort Perry, Hello Trevor, and Captain's Express. Steve went 3, 4, 5. So I went different than anybody. I don't know why I didn't pick. I think that's a mistake. It's got to be a mistake on my part. I don't know what I was looking at. Oh, I know what I was looking at. I'm going to leave my picks right where they're at. I'm going to go 3, 4, 2 actually on my picks. 3, 4, 2. And Lisa went 2, 4, 3. So she just flipped you and Lisa have all of us have the same box.
Well, she's probably going to win this one then, because I've been getting my second and third place horse flip-flopped all day long.
And so with that, I'm picking the 3 horse, Hello Trevor. Casey Leonard driving that horse. That horse and I learned my lesson the other day at Altamont, where I wasn't taking into consideration the quickness of some of these DeCoin Springfield horses as they convert over. And so this is my makeup kind of race for that, because if you look at this horse has had...
Well, I can't overwhelm you with all the information from the get-go. You have to kind of get your feet wet before you start adding in those kind of folds. But, it definitely does change things.
And so I'm looking that this horse could possibly do some things here. So
Hello Trevor actually is owned and bred by Ed Teefy right here to my left. That mare, Hello My Dream, my dad, Alan Bowen, used to go down with Ed to the Lexington Selected Yearling Sale every fall and pick out horses for Ed to buy. And that was one of them who went on to do quite well on the racetrack for herself. Ended up in, I think, Donna Lee's barn, but she's turned into a heck of a broodmare and has some nice babies, so we'll wish the 3 horsemen good luck. But I think we're in a post parade, so I'm going to toss it back to Ed.
Number 1 is One Tough Customer, owned by Janet Bentley of Wright City, Missouri. Steve Halford, the trainer. Travis Siegman doing the driving. 2 is Fort Perry, owned by Constance Oakey of Georgetown, Kentucky. Kevin Miller trains Wyatt Evanetti driving. 3, Hello Trevor, owned by Ed Teefy of Mount Sterling. Mike Brink trains. Casey Leonard will drive. 4 is Captain's Express, owned by Ernie Sork of Fairfield. Sean Nessa of DuQuoin. And Nori Nessa of Fairfield. Sean Nessa, the trainer, with Kelsey Perrymon. Number 5, Unk Outside, owned by Dietrich Kelly of Canton, Mississippi. And Jamaica Patton of Rochester. Jamaica Patton, the trainer, with Mike Cox driving. Wyatt Evanetti's driving the 2 Fort Perry. Wyatt is 1 win away from 400 lifetime wins. Wyatt Evanetti, 1 driving win away from 400 lifetime driving wins, and 1 win away from 100 driving wins this year. Five in this field for over $12,000. All 5 will be on the gate. Gates on the move. One Tough Customer, Travis Siegman. Fort Perry, Wyatt Evanetti. Hello Trevor, Casey Leonard. Captain's Express, Kelsey Perryman. Unk Outside, Mike Cox. Eighth away. Here they come. And they're off on pacing a good start. Fort Perry's away good with the lead. Hello Trevor gets away second. Down on the inside is Captain's Express flying up on the outside. Unk Outside as they go around the first turn. Up front it's Fort Perry, but Unk Outside is driving up and challenging here as we head up the backstretch. Up front, Fort Perry. Unk Outside on the outside. Captain Trevor's racing third. Captain Express is back there fourth as the 2-year-olds race past the quarter-mile marker into the upper turn the first time. 29 4/5 of a second off the quarter, and 29 4. Fort Perry by a length and a half. Hello Trevor still right there second. Unk Outside has found the rail there third. Captain's Express, the gray, is back there fourth. And One Tough Customer after the early break is the trailer, as the 2-year-old pace is in race 6 of the Downstate Classic Series. Still being led by Fort Perry, a length and a half. Hello Trevor still right there second. Captain's Express, the gray, moves up on the outside third as they race around that turn. It's Fort Perry on the inside, the half in a minute and 2/5 of a second. A minute and 2/5. It's Fort Perry with the lead, but now Captain's Express is on the outside with the challenge. Hello Trevor down on the inside is there third. And One Tough Customer, who was way back, is now fourth in contention there. Unk Outside's the trailer as they go past the 3/4 mile marker. They're in the final turn here. It's Fort Perry. 1:31 off the 3/4. 1:31 Fort Perry's been wire to wire. Captain's Express's game on the outside second. Hello Trevor needs racing room third. One Tough Customer is going to have to come 3 wide. They're in the stretch. It's still Fort Perry with Captain's Express. Captain's Express on the outside, Fort Perry on the inside. Fort Perry, Captain's Express, and Hello Trevor. One Tough Customer was fourth, followed by Unk outside. 2 minutes, 2 fifths. 2 minutes, 2 fifths. Last half in a minute flat, last quarter in 29 seconds flat, the mile 2 minutes, 2 fifths. Fort Perry. LG Realty and the Jim Flynn Memorial, the race sponsors here. Lance and Larry and Kathy and Eric all coming trackside with their families here.
All right.
Good race there, Fort Perry. He's a 2-year-old gelded son of Fort Knox from Wisecrack by Western Ideal. Bred by Lindcrest Limited of Kentucky, owned by Georgetown, Kentucky's Constance Oakey. He was a winner at Rushville in 2:03 3/5. You can see he's won 5 out of 6 with a second this year. We talked about it. This was Wyatt Avenetti's 400th lifetime win. He hit the 400 mark here with this win. Our leading driver of the 2024 Brown County meet.
And 100 this year.
400 lifetime wins with this win, and it's 100 this year. This is Wyatt's 100th win of 2024. Kevin Miller's down there, who trains this fine 2-year-old for Constance Oakey. Tina Walker-Schrock will give out the Downstate Classic Trophy, and the Grady's are all trackside to make the LG Realty and the Jim Flynn Memorial presentation to Fort Perry, the winner here of the Downstate Classic First Division for 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings in 2 minutes, 2 fifths of a second. Our fair royalty also there as Wyatt Avenetti picks up career win number 400, his 100th driving victory of the year. Kevin Miller at the head of this fine 2-year-old, the trainer. Kevin's the leading trainer at the Illinois County Fair Circuit this summer, and he just picks up another training win here with Fort Perry. Let's give him a big hand, folks. Wyatt Avenetti, 28-year-old, just picked up driving win number 400 and 100 wins this year. There was an inquiry into the S6 race. The judges have reviewed the video replay on a couple of occasions, and there is no disqualifications. So the results of the 6th race now official. Number 1, One Tough Customer was 4th. Number 2, Fort Perry, the winner. Number 3, Hello Trevor was 3rd. Number 4, Captain's Express was 2nd. Number 5, Unk Outside finished 5th. First quarter was in 29 4. The half in 1 minute and 2 fifths. 3 quarters in 1:31 and 2 fifths. The mile was in 2 minutes, 2 fifths of a second. Race 6 checks from the top, 4:13.25 on the bottom. 2 minutes, 2 fifths.
Hi, this is Brad Cassing at Ray Insurance Agency here in Mount Sterling. We're located at 128 West Main Street. You can reach us at 217-773-3851. You may know that we are specialists in farm insurance as well as crop insurance and crop hail. But what you might not know is that we can quote and give you competitive quotes on your home, your auto, and your commercial business. So please feel free to give us a call at 217-773-3851 for all your insurance needs.
Wait, before you go and get your snacks and drinks, make sure to subscribe and like to Harness Tube. If you can't do that, just give us a thumbs up. Alright, to the show.
All right, David. Another good race, and our friend Wyatt Avenatti.
Congratulations
400
to Wyatt.
wins in his career
and 100 on the same race in the same year. That's pretty cool. Congratulations to Wyatt and the whole Avenatti family. I've mentioned, I said give that shirt to Callie because we both know that a driver's biggest asset is a good wife because they're gone so much and work so long hours. So congratulations to Wyatt and all his accomplishments on the track.
Absolutely great race there. Lisa with the trifecta number 2 for her. 1, 2, 3, 4 winners, and 2 of those were trifectas. David, on the other hand, let's see, where are we sitting at here? You got the 2, you've got 4 winners and 1 trifecta. Lisa is beating you.
I believe it.
There's a Yoda thing going on there.
Something like that.
For those that like Star Wars. I only have three wins. I don't need a win and another trifecta. But here we go for race 7. As we take a look at race 7 here, want to thank our donors. And if you would like to donate, you can donate by going to Venmo or PayPal. If you like what we've done this year, we even like for you to send comments via the harnesstube at Gmail, things that we can improve upon. We try to improve everything, but this is not our everyday job. So we make little steps. We're sending check P.O. Box 63, Mount Sterling, as we get ready to go here for the next race. Race 7 as we're a little over halfway. And let's see, might have got that one a little resized.
46. Travis still has 20. I'm doing math over here.
Doing math?
Something like that.
Okay.
Wyatt's running away with his drivers. I mean, he's got 46 points, won that last race.
Okay, I didn't get the race 7 up in the corner. I'm not going to worry about that on this particular card. But race 7 here, David, you went 153. PD's Diamond Hope. Wyatt Avenatti, you trying for 401 and 101?
Say what?
401 and 101.
On what? What?
For Wyatt Avenatti.
Oh yeah, I guess so. He, it's hard to overlook this 5-horse. 3 for 3 those wicked last quarters in 27 and 2 or better. But Wyatt's been so tough. He can show speed. He's showing 27, sub 27 second last quarters, and a couple more starts. So I went 1, 5, and then used the 3 for third. It's a little interesting note here. Look at the 3-horse in the owner's line. You can see Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana, and D.M. White of Cotton Valley, Louisiana. That is Devin White of formerly of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and currently of the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he was a Super Bowl MVP one year, maybe. He was a heck of a linebacker. But he's a horseman from down in Louisiana, and we're happy to have him in the Illinois harness racing game.
Well, Lisa's playing those odds there, David, with you. She just flipped the box. She made it 135.
And she's going to nail it because I've mixed up my box all day long.
I went a little differently. I went 5, 1, 3. I'm going with the Battlin' Bob. Those 27s down there, it's 3 races. And as Randy Callahan would say, there's chalk there. There's speed there. I'm looking for that horse to actually win this race and then follow it up. Let's see.
That horse, Battlin' Bob is a touching story in and of itself. You got named after the patriarch of that, the Walker family, Bob Walker. Tina was saying he had some health issues last fall. I can't remember what it was, but he was in the hospital laid up, and he battled back. He's been going through some stuff. So the kids took a horse that they all kind of named. Bob owns part of it with Hart and Chaz and Robin Klinger. But they bred this horse. This is out of a mare that they raced themselves named Buckle Girl Bobette, named after another one of the Walker kids, Bobette Walker, who's like a store or an area manager for the Buckle stores in the malls. So this is kind of a touching, heartwarming story to see that mare do well, to see this young foal performing at a high level. It's definitely going to have to keep an eye on that one too. I'm cheering for the Walkers absolutely in this one.
All right, with that, as we get ready to go racing here, we'll put Ed back on the microphone.
Is the stake record holder. All right. 2-year-old pacing colts are out here for race number 7. This is the last of the races in the Downstate Classic Series. We appreciate all the owners, trainers, and drivers for supporting the Downstate Classic here at the Brown County Fair. We had a rain-delayed program a year ago. This year we're going to get it in, and this is a historic day, and it's the richest Downstate Classic Series ever, but it's also the richest single day of harness racing at any Illinois County Fair ever. Over $100,000 in purse money will be paid out today. And Gina Kerr has been our parade marshal for many, many years, leading this field to post. In the Scranton Heating and Cooling Trophy race, number 1 PD's Diamond Hope, owned by a Piece of the Action Limited of Culver City, California, trained by Kevin Miller, Wyatt Evanetti driving, to Captain DT, owned by David Carter, Lori Searle, and Janet Moser of Williamsville and Springfield. Mike Brink trains and will drive. 3 Fox Valley Vitale, owned by Adam Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana. Devin White of Cotton Valley, Louisiana. Benita Simmons of Springfield. Tom Simmons trains. Casey Leonard driving. Number 4, 3 Lockbox, owned by Ernie Sork, Sean Nessa, and Noreen Sork of Fairfield and DuQuoin. Sean Nessa, the trainer, with Kelsey Perrymon. 5 Battling Bob, owned by Robin Walker, Hart Walker, Chaz Walker, and Robin Klingler of Carrollton, Edwardsville. And Hart Walker's the trainer with Travis Seekman. Number 6, D&J's Family Guy, owned by D&J Racing at Terry, Mississippi. Jamaica Patton trains and will drive. Race 7 Pacers, racing for the Downstate Classic and the Scranton Heating and Cooling Trophy. Might note just a bit of trivia here. Number 3, Fox Valley Vitale, trained by Tom Simmons, owned by Adam Hawthorne and Devin White and Benita Simmons. Devin White, one of the owners of Fox Valley Vitale. You football fans probably remember Devin White. He was the most valuable player in the Super Bowl not too many years ago. Devin White, a star NFL player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of the owners of Fox Valley Vitale. $12,314 at stake here in race number 7. So there'll be 5 on the gate. The 6-horse D&J's Family Guy will start from the back tier. The mother of the 5-horse Battling Bob is Buckle Girl Bobette. She's got the track record here for 3-year-old pacing fillies, which he's held for many years. Battling Bob from that track record holder here, Buckle Girl Bobette. 2-year-olds at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off into pacing. A beautiful start for these two-year-old pacers. PD's Diamond Hope on the inside, Battling Bob on the outside. They're flying into the first turn. PD's Diamond Hope with the lead by about a length. Battling Bob might drop into the two-hole there. Doesn't do it. Puts in a bad step. Gathered up by Travis Seekman. Looks fine now as they head down the backstretch. It's PD's Diamond Hope, but Jamaica's not going to give him the hole, at least temporarily. Now he's got it. So it's PD's Diamond Hope by a length and a quarter. Battling Bob right there second. Racing third is D&J's A Family Guy. Racing a fourth is 3 Lockbox. Back there fifth, Fox Valley Vitale. And the trailers that go over to the 3/8 is Captain DT. 29-2 off the quarter. 29-2. It's PD's Diamond Hope and Wyatt Avenatti. They lead by a length and a half in the stretch the first time. Battling Bob and Travis Sequin right there second. Jamaica's third with D&J's Family Guy. 3 Lockbox and Kelsey Perriman Racing fourth. Fox Valley Vitale and Casey Leonard back there fifth, and Mike Brink the trailer with Captain DT off the half. They race over to the 5/8 mile markers. A half and 58 2/5 track record definitely in jeopardy. 58 2 for the half. It's PD's Diamond Hope by a tight length. Rolling up on the outside. Here comes 3 Lockbox now. Was fifth, then fourth, now third. As they race towards a 3/4 mile marker, he locks in Battling Bob. We got a quarter of a mile to go. It's PD's Diamond Hope by a length and a quarter. On the inside, Battling Bob gets back to be second. On the outside, 3 Lockboxes there third. D&J's A Family Guys fourth on the inside. Late move by Fox Valley Vitale. We got an 1/8 of a mile to go as D&J's Family Guys made a break. It's PD's Diamond Hope on the inside. Battling Bob coming at him. PD's Diamond Hope and Battling Bob. Battling Bob's going to get up. Battling Bob. Monster mile for Travis Seekman.
What a monster mile by Battling Bob. And we were talking up here, such a cool experience. Here's Ed real quick.
Folks, that's the fastest mile by a 2-year-old pacer by over 2 seconds at the Brown County Fair. Fastest ever, 1:56, 1/5 of a second. 1:56.1. That'll shout out across the state. The last quarter in a remarkable 27 and 1/5 of a second.
On a fair.
New track record. The track record was by Madhouse Jackson back in 2016, 58 3. As I mentioned earlier, the mother of Battling Bob, Buckle Girl Bobette, won here in 2016 for Sam Widger in 1:57 over a half-mile track. That's the track record for a 3-year-old pacing a filly. So now Buckle Girl Bobette's offspring, Battling Bob, also a track record holder. He remains undefeated. He had a record of 1:56.1 at DuQuoin, but 1:56.1 here in Brown County, a lot different than 1:56.1 at DuQuoin. Last quarter in 27 and 1/5 of a second. Nobody has supported the Brown County Fair over the last half a century more than the Walker family from Carrollton. Bob Walker's down there, his wife Marietta. Tina's down there, Jeff Driscoll's down there, a whole host of Walkers and the Walker extended family, along with John and Patty Scranton from Scranton Heating and Cooling, the sponsor of this race. The fastest ever by over 2 seconds by a 2-year-old pacer here at the Brown County Fair. Travis Seekman doing the driving. Travis has been coming to the fair for the last several years, well known throughout the harness racing community from a harness racing family. Very talented man. Hart Walker wins again. He'd won earlier today with his 2-year-old pacing filly. Battling Bob, a 2-year-old gelded son of Some Star Somewhere from Buckle Girl Bobette by Duneside Perch. Bred by Bob and Hart Walker of Carrollton and Jerseyville, Illinois now, I believe. Owned by Bob Walker, his son Hart Walker, his son Chaz Walker, and his daughter Robin Klingler. Trained by Hart, who's also a police officer in Jerseyville. Driven by Travis Seekman. Battling Bob, the folks, the fastest 2-year-old pacer in the history of the Brown County Fair. Let's give him a big hand. Travis Seekman doing the driving. 156.1 with the last quarter in 27 1/5 of a second. And he just dubbed himself as one of the favorites, if not the favorite, for the Illinois State Fair Championships next week in Springfield. John?
Yeah, thanks, Dad. I'm down here with Bob Walker, who's the sire of all the basketball players that Hart was talking about earlier. 2 for 2 on the day. Battling Bob now 3 for 3 this year. A little step up. I had him picked to get second. PD's Diamond Hope is really good. Tell us about your thoughts coming in this and what you thought your chances were.
Well, coming out of the 5-hole definitely makes you a little nervous. Travis kind of pushed the action a little bit and was able to jump in the 2-hole. And after that, I mean, it was a pretty tough, great drive, really.
Yeah, so Bob, I asked Hart this earlier. I know you guys have been around horse racing, around this fair, Carrollton obviously for a number of years. What does this fair and horse racing mean to you and your family?
Well, with Ed Teefy in charge and how he loves harness racing, Mount Sterling's been a great place to come, and we've always had a lot of fun here and had a lot of fun with Taser Gun here.
For sure. Thanks a lot, Bob. Congratulations. We'll see you in Springfield.
Thanks, John. Thank you, Bob Walker. Bob's had several track records. Of course, he's best known for being the trainer of Taser Gun, who won here several times. We once had a race named after the great Taser Gun. Bob and his family, great supporters of the Brown County Fair and the county fairs throughout the state of Illinois. Tina Walker-Schrock, his daughter down the purple, is the secretary-treasurer of the Midwestern Racing Association. Art Clerk, also a member of the Downstate Board of Directors. They named this horse Battling Bob because Bob has fought some health issues in the last several years, and he's been in and out of the hospital on numerous occasions, and he's overcame them. And they named this horse Battling Bob after the real-life human Battling Bob. Good to see him here in our winner's circle. Results of race 7 now official. Number 1, PD's Diamond Hope was second. Number 2, Campton DT was fifth. Number 3, Fox Valley Vitale was fourth. Number 4, 3 Lockbox was third. Number 5, Battling Bob was the winner. Number 6, D&J's Family Guy finished sixth. Race 7, they went to the quarter in 29-2, the half in 58-2, 3 quarters in 129, with the last quarter in 27-1. The mile was track record, stake record 156 1/5. Race 7 checks down 254, 3-1, 6 on the bottom. New stake and track record for a 2-year-old, 156 1/5. So that completes the Downstate Classic Series here, but we got some good racing still in store for you here this afternoon.
Is that 129?
$25 a race will still be given away in our Pick the Winner contest, and $1,000 at the end of the program. Coming up next, the 2- and 3-year-old open pace, the Bob Groter Memorial.
Okay, David. Really good racing there. As far as the racing was concerned.
Love seeing the Walkers in the winner's circle here in Mount Sterling. You know, long history between the Bowens and Walker families. We go way back generations. Wish them all the success. And happy to see, I don't think Ed mentioned it, but Tina was saying before she left the booth up here that if you look at the breeder of that last horse, not only was Hart a breeder, but Bob himself was a breeder. And I believe that is his first breeding
Well, we have a
win
continuing
coming
streak
in the Downstate
of
Classic here at the
female
Mount
winner.
Sterling Brown County Fair. So we excited for the Walkers and see what they have. 2 nice horses going into the state fair coming up in just over a week or so. So wish them success.
Well, I missed the trifecta by the 3-horse finishing 4th instead of 3rd.
Yep.
So I got the first
Kelsey
and second.
spun in there.
So I've got 4 wins. Lisa has 4 wins, but 2 trifectas. You have 4 wins and 1 trifecta. That was my trifecta to get in the running there. But if I can just keep winning, I'll get the most wins for the day.
Absolutely.
Okay, with that, we'll take a commercial break for our sponsors. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right.
Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport is the go-to mobile home transportation company. We provide top-notch services including moving, block and leveling, and even demolitions with a quick turnaround time. If you're looking to move or get rid of your mobile home, Pine Ridge is the company to call. We now have dumpsters available for rent at competitive rates. Contact Wayne at 217-313-9744 or find us on Facebook.
LM Concrete Construction takes pride in providing quality concrete work to Mount Sterling and the surrounding areas, specializing in flat work, sidewalks, residential, new buildings, or add-ons, commercial and decorative concrete. Call Lorenzo Martinez for all your concrete needs at 779-279-4413. That's 779-279-4413.
All right, David, as we get ready to go here for race number 8 here, do our handicapping part of this thing.
Recapping our driver and trainer standings real quick before we get into that. It's still a lead by Wyatt by considerable margin. He's up 49-25 over Travis's second place, and our trainer standings have been flip-flopped. We now have Kevin Miller on top with 32 points as opposed to Jamaica Patton's 26. But let's handicap the 8th race.
Okay. Let's go back with the, hang on, I messed something up here.
I'll run through it. The 8th race is a 2 and 3-year-old open pace first division. I went with the 4, Aja, to win. This horse has a win 2 starts back at Charleston on the opening day of that card in 59. Pace to start before that in 56, the last quarter in 27, 28 and 4. Just experience there. My second choice went to the 2, Rockin' Legal, off a couple nice miles, couple second place finishes. And my third choice, Delight Moon, out of the Tom Simmons barn. Once again, sub 2-minute miles and sub 30-second last quarters are kind of tough to overlook right now.
I went with the same picks. Lisa just flip-flopped your 2 and 3, so we
but
all
she
have
picked
the
the 4.
same box.
She picked the 4 to win as well.
Yeah, everybody picked the 4 to win.
Well, then she's going to win then, because if we're locked in on the same order and she's got those 2 flip-flopped, then that's almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
I think here comes the post parade. Looks like I see some horses coming. We'll toss it back to Ed.
Broke the track record here, 2:03, and we just had a 2-year-old. We just had a 2-year-old some 50 years later going 56-1. Bob Groder Memorial number 1, a very nice dandy owned by Tom Vaughn of Fairbury. Roland Hennert is the trainer. Scott Banks driving. Number 2, a Rockin' Legal owned by Jerome Daniels of Springfield. Jerome is the trainer driver. Number 3, Delight Moon, owned by Glenn Bauman of Mulkeytown. Benita Simmons of Springfield. Tom Simmons, the trainer. Casey Leonard, the driver. 4 is Aja, owned by Kevin Miller of Arthur. David Falzone of Chicago. Kevin Miller trains with Wyatt Avanetti. And number 5, Captain Warrior, owned, trained, and driven by Mike Brink.
All right, David.
This race is a little tougher
Senator.
to pick. I have
Hang on
narrowed
here for a
down
second,
to the
John.
2, 3, or 4. I'm going with number 4, Aja, or Aha. I'm not exactly sure how to say it. Coming off a win in Charleston in 59-2. The other line from Charleston on August 2nd, it looks like Aja broke in that outing. Doesn't seem consistent with what he's done in the rest of the lines this year, but I still like him to win this one. After that, I like the 3-horse, Delight Moon. Delight Moon also had a hard time pacing in his last outing. I'm going to forgive him. Was second before that in Rushville in 59-1. And then also keep an eye on the 2-horse, Rockin' Legal. Rockin' Legal was second in Charleston in 159-1. Before that was racing in a 5/8 mile track in Oak Grove, Kentucky. Paced pretty recently, second by 5 lengths in 157 flat. So 2, 3, and 4 are the ones to keep an eye on here. I'm going to pick Wyatt Avanetti in the bike with the 4-horse Aha. Then I'm going to go with number 3, Delight Moon, and then 2, Rockin' Legal. So I got 4, 3, 2 in this one.
Thank you, John. Another side note.
I think Ed's going to do some
Number
talking.
3, Delight Moon's owned by Glenn Bauman and partnered with Benita Simmons. Glenn Bauman's daughter is married to Luke Sullivan, the son of one of the sons of John Sullivan, our state senator and former director of agriculture. John's with us this afternoon up here in the judges stand right now with Glenn Bauman's great-grandkids, Jay and Rosie. So it's pretty cool to have the Sullivans here. Shout out to Glenn Bauman down there in Mulkey Town. He's probably listening to Harness Tube, as he often does. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. A great start here for race number 8. It's Rockin' Legal away quickly on the inside there. A very nice dandy is battling early as we go into the first turn. Delight Moon is parked out there third. Racing fourth on the inside, that's Aja. And the trailer is Captain Warrior. They head up the backstretch, and now Rockin' Legal has made the front, but driving up on the outside, here comes Delight Moon. Glenn Bauman's Delight Moon has made the front here. Delight Moon leads him by about a length. Rockin' Legal's back there second. Very nice. Dandy's racing third. The quarter was in 30 and 2/5 of a second. They move over to the 3/8 mile marker. Delight Moon by a length. Rockin' Legal still right there second. A very nice dandy is pacing along third. Aja is fourth and Captain Warrior's fifth. They're in the lane towards the half the first time. Up front, it's Casey Leonard. Delight Moon by a length and a half. Rockin' Legal still there second. A very nice dandy's third. Fourth on the inside, Aja and Captain Warrior as they move over to the draw gate. A half and a minute and 1/5 of a second. A minute, 1/5. They move over to the 5/8. It's still Delight Moon by a length and a half. Rockin' Legal still second. Racing third, a very nice dandy. Moving up on the outside now fourth is Captain Warrior. And the trailer is Aja. Delight Moon's going to try to wire the field. He's got a quarter of a mile to go. He leads by a length and a quarter. Rockin' Legal getting a good trip. The 2-year-old Captain Warrior is now challenging on the outside. 3/4 in 1:32. A little over an eighth of a mile to go, and Delight Moon looks strong. He leads by 2 now for Casey Leonard. Rockin' Legal is racing second. Captain Warrior is third. A late move now by Aja, but they're going to have to catch Delight Moon. Delight Moon, Aja coming at him. Delight Moon's going to win it for Casey Leonard. Glenn Bauman's Delight Moon wins it. 2 minutes, 4/5 of a second. 2 minutes, 4/5.
Good to have former state senator and director of ag John Sullivan up here watching a race from the Crow's Nest judges stand to prove that he's a true horse fan. I mean, he's coming out to these fairs even after he's out of office and everything, so we appreciate him coming up and showing his support of horse racing here in Brown County. How'd that race go? How'd you guys do?
Well, I got the rundown. I'm looking here. I'm waiting for the official rundown. You got the rundown?
I didn't get it. I was chatting. Okay. I thought I was going to give you some time
Let's
to get
race
it,
the Bob Groder Memorial. Bob, of course, our starter for
Bob's
over
Memorial.
50 years here at the Brown County Fair. Had that red starting gate. Really close. He actually called Francis Snoz Greer every day for probably the last 10 or 15 years of Snoz Greer's life. I'd stop by there and he'd say, Groder just called.
5, 3, 1, 2,
Still
4.
waiting for Groder to call. So the late Bob Groder, he checked on Snoz Greer daily, every day, never missed a day. He's a great guy, dearly loved by all who knew him, and a great starter for many, many years at these fairs throughout the Midwest. Never missed a day. Tragically killed in a snowmobile accident just a couple of years ago. His daughter, Brenda Groder, hop with us, as is State Senator John Sullivan. Did so much for agriculture, Started coming to the Brown County Fair when he was 6 or 7 years old with his late dad. Continued, of course, through his days in the Illinois State Senate and as Director of Agriculture. Our fair royalties down there in Victory Lane. That's Luke Sullivan. Luke Sullivan down there in the green shirt is married to the granddaughter of Glenn Bauman, one of the owners of Delight Moon, also owned by Benita Simmons of Springfield, Glenn Bauman of Mulkeytown, Ann Snyder down there, who was a former secretary of the Department of Transportation, Dr. Snyder, very involved in state government for many, many years and a excellent horse person herself. So it's good to see Ann Snyder down there. Of course, we've been bragging about Casey Leonard. Jim Greer's down there, who was a very, very close friend of the late Bob Groder. B.B. Groder, nice to see B.B. Groder, the wife of the late Bob, down there in that red blazer. Brenda's down there with Tina Walker-Schrock. Folks, Casey Leonard picks up the win with the Glenn Bauman, Benita Simmons owned, Tom Simmons trained, Delight Moon. Let's give him a big hand, folks. He wins the Bob Groder Memorial. Nice to see Luke Sullivan down there, who married the granddaughter of Glenn Bauman, Jay and Rosie, a couple of the great grandkids of Glenn Bauman down in Mulkeytown, right there in the winner's circle. And Glenn's probably back in Mulkeytown watching on Harness Tube with a big smile on his face, thanks to David Brink and Steve and Lisa Surratt.
Looks like we're up, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
I was
like
going through some numbers over here, and I think Wyatt's got a pretty commanding lead in the driver's standings. So if Wyatt wins one of these next couple races, I might go ahead and just present that award to him. He's got over a double points than Travis. Wyatt's got 52 points right now, where Travis has got 25. Kevin Miller is leading all trainers with 35 points to Jamaica Patton's 26.
Okay.
I'll hold off on that
Another
trainers
fine
award, but
finish.
the drivers, I
We
think,
have
is locked up right about now.
Yeah, I'm trying to look here to see. We've got pace. We still got the inning races are still all paces. It looks like on the trot it's going to be Wyatt Evanetti.
Kevin, yeah, there you go. Wyatt's taking home all the hardware today, this week.
Well, and then Travis is up there for the pace.
Yep. Travis should have the pace with those 56 mile. I think is going to be the fastest of the day so far, and they shouldn't top that. I mean, let me look through here. This 11th race has got some speed. I don't know if they're going to go the fractions to cut out that kind of mile, but they definitely have the speed to do it. But we'll see what happens with these races and if your $100 goes to someone else or not.
All right, with that, we'll take a quick station break.
Mount Sterling Foods offers our community the selection, variety, and pricing found in a larger market, offering convenience and customer service second to none. Check out the daily lunch specials each day on their Facebook page, or stop by and get some of their delicious fried chicken for Sunday lunch or any meal. Weekly grocery specials can be found in the Democrat Message. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sunday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mount Sterling Foods, 200 Pittsfield Road, Mount Sterling, proud sponsor of Brown County students in athletics.
Make plans now to attend the 25th Annual Illini Classic Yearling Sale on Labor Day at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield. Established in 1999, the Illini Classic has been producing champions for a quarter century, including reigning Illinois Divisional Champions On Higher Ground and Scorecard Dandy. It's the Illini Classic Yearling Sale, Monday, September 2nd at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield, beginning at 11 a.m. Central. Come join us and finish the summer strong.
Brown County Accounting and Tax recently opened in Mount Sterling. The team brings over 30 years of experience and is ready to advise on taxes, bookkeeping, and payroll. We are ready to meet with you with no obligation to discuss your tax saving strategy and have already helped many in the area. Contact us today at 217-770-8082. We're excited to be part of the community and are looking forward to helping you.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
All right, folks. Here we are back with race number 9. 4 races until the end here. In this race, we know that the 2-horse odds on Senalium is Scratch, the Wyatt Avenatti driven David Avenatti trained horse owned by David Schrock, Wyatt Avenatti, and Kenneth Schrock. And so that is scratched in this race. And we're all scrambling. I am going to rechange, and the 1 wasn't even in my thing. Let's see, what's she picking? 4, 5, 1. Lisa moved everything up, and then picked the 1 on the end. I don't know what David's going to do yet. I moved the 1 to the first place spot and left my 4 and 5 for second and third. Trying to win something here today. I've got to take some bold opportunities if I think I'm going to take something. Everybody's got 4 wins. Lisa's ahead with 2 trifectas. David's in second place with 1 trifecta. I have none, but I have 4 wins just like everybody else, counting the trifectas. And so, David, there's a scratch of the 2. Who did you replace that pick with?
I didn't do that yet. I've been running around. You talking about, did you get yours yet? Or?
Yeah, I'm going with Always Be a Lady, the Mike Cox horse. Mike's been kind of hot here lately. Rashawn Trigg, I like him as a trainer. And, pretty consistent 29s in that last quarter. That's what I'm looking at if I'm going off of the others, because the last quarters don't look as consistent with the 4-horse or the 5-horse, even though they've got some better, what Randy calls chalk time. So we're going to take
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay,
great. Well, wait a second. Lisa did a 4-5-1. She just moved hers up, Ragin, and then went to Western
I'm going
Trevor.
4-1-3 in my trifecta, so using the same guys, bumping Ragin up after I had him pick second. Always Be a Lady. I'm using second. You mentioned her already. My third choice went to Stage Dancer and Mike Brink. 3/3 beaten last quarter sub 20 or sub 30 seconds. I think Mike can get around this track okay. I do want to mention, though, that Ragin is tied to the locals a little bit with Nick Prather in the barn. Carol Hendricks, I think, was married to Rita Kitchell at one time, and I think Ragin was was named after her 2 kids, one of them being Raymond Hendricks, local, Ace's dad and Sam's dad. So there's a little local connection to the 4-horse. I'm using that one on top. Connor maybe gets his first win today. Fingers crossed, right?
Yeah, that's fingers crossed. That's what I'm saying if I'm going to get back in this thing. So I went with that bold pick with the Mike Cox pick. Lisa went 4-5-1. You went 4-1-3.
4-1-3.
And I went 1-4-5.
Here's our post parade.
This is the Dave and Kay Downey Memorial and the Wayne Shepherd Memorial. Race number 9 in your card. Number 1, Always Be a Lady. Owned by Ron Canup of Anna. Roshan Trigg trains with Mike Cox. 2's been scratched. 3, Stage Dancer. Owned by Omer Miller of Morrison. Mike Brink, the trainer driver. Number 4 is Ragin, owned by Carol Hendricks of Eldon, Missouri. Nick Prather trains and Connor Prather drives. Number 5, Western Trevor, owned by Mike Brink of Springfield. Mike Brink is the trainer, Demarius Wakefield driving. A couple of young drivers in this race. Ragin, driven by Connor Prather, 20-year-old son of Nick and Missy Prather. Just started driving a few weeks ago. This is his 5th lifetime drive, just 20 years old. And Demarius Wakefield driving the 5. He's made 11 drives. He's only 17 years old. He's won 5 of 11, so he's off to a good start as a young driver. This race is not restricted to Illinois breds. Sponsored by the Brown County Fair. It's the Dave and Kay Downey Memorial along with the Wayne Shepherd Memorial. Dave and Kay were fixtures here for many, many years at the harness racing program at the Brown County Fair, as was the late Wayne Shepard. Dave and Wayne both veterans and active in the local American Legion.
I want to thank all of our viewers today. We've had quite a great viewership. I think it's the Downstate Classic. We got 140 plus right now, and we're hovering around that number. It's going to be a good day when we count the tally at the end of the broadcast. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We're glad we could bring you this final day of Harness Tube 2024 season.
Two 2-year-olds, two 3-year-olds here in the 2 and 3-year-old open
left,
pace.
More racing. 9th race coming up.
Number 3, number 5, 3 and 5 both 2, 1 and 4, 3. They're at the gate. The gate's on the move. Race 9, the Downey and Shepherd Memorial. Pacers at the head of the stretch. Gate picks up speed here. Race 9. Here they come. And they're off in pace. Another good start here. As they burn into the first turn, they're 3 across the racetrack. Always Be Lady on the inside. Between horses is Stage Dancer, and now the 1. Always Be a Lady has made a break. Mike Cox goes off stride with the 1. They swing out of the turn now. Connor Prather is on top with Ragin. Ragin by a length and a quarter. Right there, second's Mike Brink with the 2-year-old Stage Dancer. As they move past that quarter-mile marker, back pacing on the outside, Always Be a Lady. The first quarter was in 31 seconds flat. They move over to the 3/8. It's Connor Prather looking for his first driving win. He leads by 2 lengths here with Ragin. Mike Brink is second with Stage Dancer. Mike Cox back there third with Always Be a Lady. Then we got Western Trevor and Demarius Wakefield. As we move past the half, and 102 flat, 102 flat. Ragin by 2.5 lengths. Stage Dancer still there second. Western Trevor's third. Always Be a Lady fourth past the draw gate. They move past the 5/8 now. Head up the backstretch, and Connor's getting out there. He's got a 5-length jump on Stage Dancer now. Third on the inside is Western Trevor. Always Be a Lady coming up on the outside there to take over third. We're in the final quarter of a mile. Ragin by 5. 3/4 and 1:31 and 4. Can Connor pick up his first lifetime win? He's got his shot. 1/8 of a mile to go. He's a little leg weary. Mike Brink starting to gain a bit with Stage Dancer. Connor still there with Ragin. Stage Dancer coming on. Late move by Always Be a Lady. Still Ragin. Ragin with Stage Dancer coming at him, and Ragin's going to win it. Ragin and Connor Prather get home on top. Stage Dancer was second. Always Be a Lady and Western Trevor.
Well, how about that, Steve? We've got one of our favorite young drivers and one of our favorite fan families, the Prathers. Congratulations to Connor Prather, young 20-year-old Connor Prather, getting his first lifetime win aboard Ragin, the Carol Hendricks owned and Nick Prather trainee. Connor did a great job, I thought. Rated that mile opening quarter in 31.
Our Queen Carly Gallagher and our junior miss.
Did a great job.
Callie casting out there. Let's give him a big hand, folks.
Stable, so.
Our Queen and Junior Miss, Carly and Callie, they've been here for the whole week, done a great job.
Let's talk about the people that work up
Appreciate
here, David, in the booth.
This is the David K. Downey Memorial, the Wayne
statisticians,
Shepherd
the
Memorial.
Judges, the
Absolutely.
announcer.
We've got so many
Shepherds
people.
out there
Ed
with
Teefy
the
announced, and
family
Lisa, of
of
course, on camera behind us. We've got, looks like Brady Schrock and
David
Mark
K.
Brown
Downey.
doing the timing today. We've got Randy Callahan and Brad Dye as our officials. Tina's back there doing Tina things, of course, charting the race with help from her daughter Emma, who's I think working the photo finish too. We haven't used her yet today. I don't think.
No.
Haven't had
Rick
to ask
Prather
for any
used
calls,
to
but
come. Rick and Sandy came to our
it
fair
takes
for
a village.
many years.
I know
from their
Marietta's
home
over
there
in the
Riceville.
office doing
Gene
checks
Prather.
and some of the bookwork. Marietta
was,
Walker, they've had a big day today.
Rick Prather's
so
dad
we
raced
appreciate
here
everyone all
over the
year long,
years.
especially
So we had
those
Gene,
who
then
work
we
so
had
hard
Rick,
in
then we
the
had
office
Nick,
structure.
and now we've
How
got
about this? Let's
Connor
go ahead.
Prather.
Got some
20-year-old
love from
Connor
a brother, if I
Prather
can get
picking
my
up his
super
first
chat to
career
work.
driving victory
There we
with
go.
the 4-horse Raging.
How cool is that,
Connor's
folks?
just 20
Connor's
years old.
older brother,
This was his
Casey, and
fifth
there's
career drive, and now he's
Cole
got a
and
win
Connor,
to
and
his
there's
credit.
Casey wishing them both the best of luck in seeing his baby brother's first
Trained by
win.
his dad, and
Look
Nick,
at Connor's
some
smile.
star
How cool is that?
somewhere
Come on,
from
and then Grandma.
I'm Not a
That's-
Son
yeah,
of the
I
Beach
missed that one.
by Jenna's Beach Boy, bred by Michelle
got
Morgan. Owned by
a
Carol
manure-eating
Henricks,
grin
the
on his
wife
face
of
right now, I'll
Brown
say.
County native Pete
Well,
Henricks
wouldn't you, or did you?
from Eldon, Missouri.
Did you win a race?
I went 4-1-3-4.
No, I'm talking about when
Connor's
you were driving.
brother,
Oh, no, heck
Cole,
no.
who's also a young up-and-coming driver at the head of the horse. Pete Henricks is down there. Good to see Brown County native Pete Henricks with his wife, Carol, coming out here for this Downey Shepherd Memorial Trophy presentation. Let's give him a big hand, folks. First career driving victory for 20-year-old Connor Prather. He's got his whole family down there with our fair royalty, the Downey and Shepherd families, raging 2 minutes, 3/5 of a second with a last quarter in 28 4/5.
Pretty cool.
I just want to ask a couple questions of Connor. Like Dad said, first lifetime win for 20-year-old Connor Prather. I know you drove this horse in Springfield, won in a qualifier. What's it feel like to get your first win here today?
Oh, awesome. I was really looking forward to it, and I'm glad it happened with this horse. The owner was here. It was awesome.
Well, obviously, anyone who's been around horse racing for a while knows the Prather family. Tell us where you go from here. What's next? Are you going to Springfield?
Yeah, we'll be racing at the state fair.
All right. Same with this horse as well?
Yep, probably, yep.
All right, so real quick, what are your expectations for old Ray Jen at the fair, and are you driving anything else?
Not today. I'm not driving anything else. Hopefully he does good. He's a big, nice-looking horse, so hopefully he does good. We're not too sure about him yet, though.
All right, sounds good. Congratulations, Connor Prather, on Ray-Jen.
It's awesome.
Yep, that's
Happy
a fun
for
thing.
our friends.
Results of race 9 now official. Number 1, Always Be a Lady, was third. Number 2 was Scratched. Number 3, Stage Dancer, was second. Number 4, Ragin, the winner, and number 5, Western Trevor, finished fourth. First quarter was in 31 seconds, the half in 1:02, 3/4 in 1:31 4/5. The mile was in 2 minutes, 3/5 of a second. Race 9 checks down from the top, 3 Scratch, 2, 1, 4 on the bottom, 2 minutes, 3/5. Last quarter in 28 4/5 of a second.
The Brown County State Bank is proud to support all the Brown County Hornets athletic programs. In fact, we're the only bank offering the Hornet debit card. Every time the card is used at a point of sale, a portion of the proceeds are contributed to the Brown County School. It's our part of our commitment to making them the best they can be. Contact the Brown County State Bank today to get your Hornet debit card at 773-3327. Brown County State Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Disasters can strike when you least expect it, but that doesn't mean you can't be prepared. At ServiceMaster Restore, we offer pre-loss planning services that'll help your business stay better prepared for the unexpected. With over 65 years of industry experience, ServiceMaster Restore has the experience and know-how to provide the peace of mind you need to make sure your business stays protected. Call ServiceMaster Restore today for more information on our pre-loss planning services and get the help you deserve now.
Maintaining your lawn can be a never-ending battle, but Bemis Lawn Service, with their state-of-the-art equipment and skilled team of lawn experts, are ready to take on any job you need completed for your lawn, such as lawn maintenance, fertilization, turf weed control, grub control, driveway weed control, overseeding, and shrub trimming. Call Aaron at 217-653-0198 or Scott at 217-653-0197. Bemis Lawn Service, they've got an eye for all things green. Go Hornets! Yoder Custom Woodworking was started in 1995 by the Yoder family as a retail Amish furniture store in Sullivan, Illinois. They offer custom kitchen cabinets, granite and quartz countertops, built-in office and bathroom cabinetry, and offer a wide range of Amish furniture. Their store is located at 1117 West Jackson Street in Sullivan, Illinois, with store hours Tuesday through Friday 9 to 4:30 and Saturday 9 to 3. For more information, contact Yoder Custom Woodworking at 217-728-2166.
All right, David. I've got
hold on. As it locked up as our leading driver. So Kevin Miller, Wyatt Avenetti, you both got $100 coming from Harness Tube. David Brink, Harness Tube's got $100 apiece for you as being the top driver, Wyatt, and the top trainer, Kevin, here at the Brown County Fair, along with the T-shirt.
Where are you at now?
Okay, where we're at, let's see, Casey Leonard's the only driver change.
Yes, you want to do some driver changes? Oh, we're in the 10th.
3 more races to
Yeah,
get
we'll
your
just do
bets
the
in.
10th.
Here we are on the 10th race. This is kind of a fun one. Number
race
1,
10, we're going to change the
Rocksteady
driver on
Ron.
the 4-horse.
It's kind of
Princeton's
a
gonna take
pacing
Cole down
legend.
and
You'll see
put
that horse
Casey
has made
Leonard up.
$245,000 in his lifetime with a record of 149
Look at
and
that.
4.
You don't want to do any more?
That horse is
You and
9
Lisa.
years old, so it's been racing
we'll
for a
just do
long
that one
time.
for right now.
Hasn't
okay.
really found his old self yet this year, but kind of a legendary horse.
Let's talk about our
I think you
handicapping
want to
here.
roll this down. There you go.
Yep. You picked the 4, and that's even, and Lisa did 4-1-3. Both of you guys picked, and I would say that pick is even further instated here with the fact that Casey Leonard's going to drive
That's not
that
changing my
horse.
mind one bit. I'll keep that horse for sure.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at that. I picked the 3-horse. I'm going with Demarius Wakefield on this particular horse. I like the quarters. I like the times. I like the finishes. I like the driver. And so that's why I'm going with that and going to do the 3-horse. I picked the 4-horse for second and Rockin' Steady Ron for the next one. And so
just looking here through the chat at everyone wishing Connor a big win. We got Grandma saying her eyes are linking. It's a grandma thing. And who else we got here? We have another chat wishing Connor all of his friends from the Lipstick Pig over in Rushville. We appreciate all of you watching along and following and cheering on young Connor and Cole Prather. So, how's your pace and trot going? We said the trot was locked up, right?
yeah, trot is locked up.
And the pace, these next 2 races could beat that 56, but
Highly
we'll see what
unlikely.
happens.
All right, here we go.
So we don't have any more
I don't think we're
trots.
close to ready yet. Is he? No, they're still milling
They're
around.
still gathering
Yeah.
around. We'll wait for Ed
Yeah,
to
I
kick.
was
Paces
on
are out.
the camera, but it's not on anything. So
Paces are out for the next race here.
She's taking a break.
well, that's fine. I just was looking to see where we're at because you were calling for the post. I was like, I don't see him yet.
Yeah, here they're going to parade around for the post here.
So Wyatt Avenetti drove the fastest trotting race winner, the first race winner, 204.3 winner, Luz Avalon. So Wyatt will get another $100 there. He got a couple $100 yesterday. Got $200 yesterday. He's going to get $200 today as being the leading driver of the meet. And again, the driver of the fastest trotter on today's card. Here's the field now for race number 10. This is the Pete and Lucille Fagan Memorial, sponsored by Mike and Nancy Crop. Here's the one, Rocksteady Ron, owned by Jamaica Patton and Ron Phillips of Rochester and Athens. Jamaica Patton, the trainer driver. 2 reserve parking owned by Justin Roberson and Lori Van Fleet of Galesburg. Justin Roberson is the trainer driver. 3 Rockin' Cafone owned by Wayne Brown of Mason, Tennessee. Wayne trains, Demarius Wakefield drives. And number 4, My Buddy Steve, owned by John Cransigan Jr. of Streeter. Mary Cransigan, Nick Prather, the trainer, with Casey Leonard.
Note here, Demarius Wakefield, 17 years.
Purse checks, horsemen. Purse checks for races 1 through 6 available in the secretary's office. See Marietta Walker there in the secretary's office.
This year.
Purse checks for races 1 through 6 available there.
I was just texting with Desiree Seatman, Travis's wife. She was letting me know that there is going to be an amateur races at Springfield this year.
Thank Brian Gallagher and the local ambulance service, emergency medical service. They've done a great job being with us through all the events here at the Brown County Fair. Great job, as always, by Brian Gallagher and his staff. Your services are greatly appreciated by everybody here on the Brown County Fair Board. A shout out again to the track crew here, Tom Parker, Richard Childers, and Luke Metz, Rod Buss, and Lane Weezy, and everybody who works this racetrack. Put hours and hours into it when you have a couple of tractor pulls and demolition derbies and harness racing the next day. A lot of work goes into getting the track back in shape for harness racing, and they get it done. All the horse people that support the races are also greatly appreciated. We had 60 horses yesterday and 60 back today were entered. Thanks to Roy Finn and Stacey DeRoos in the starting gate. That's Mike Brink's starting gate, and lucky to have a starting gate. And Mike Brink made sure we were going to have one this year, and we appreciate that. Mike Brink, another one of the great supporters year in, year out of the Brown County Fair.
I think we got an equipment thing going on over there, don't we?
I'm trying to listen out of one ear. Haven't heard anything official yet, although I just saw a very familiar sight over walking in the doorway of the Allen Bowen barn. Saw a flash of the green, orange, and gold walking out of that front door right now. If you look over there at the Allen Bowen barn, you can see Doug wearing Dad's colors. Pretty cool to see those racing colors back on, somebody. First time in a year plus.
Wow. And we're hoping after about a year layoff that Doug gets back into the barn and we can get some people.
All right, we're ready to go now with race number 10. Casey Leonard driving the 4.
I'm still interested in
the Pete and Lucille Fagan Memorial, sponsored by Mike and Nancy Kropp.
But I think we're getting close to ready to go here.
Yeah, the field's behind the gate. The gate's rolling. They're just kind of gathering back over there. Today's 10th race.
We missing a horse?
Is that Rocksteady Ron? It's only 4-horse field, isn't it?
One.
We have a scratch.
Where's the 2-horse?
I just saw him out there.
Oh, there he is.
Blue colors. Yeah, he's out there somewhere.
Yeah, he missed.
We're missing...
Nobody.
There's 4?
Yep, there's...
Overnight paces in race number 10 are at the head of the stretch. Reserved parking way back off the gate. Here they come. Rocksteady Ron, Jamaica Patton drive out from the inside. Away second, Rockin' Cafone. He's a little rough gated, but Demarius keeps him pacing there around the first turn. It's Rocksteady Ron. Then we got Rockin' Cafone and Casey Leonard's My Buddy Steve with reserve parking the trailer as we race up the backstretch. towards the quarter-mile marker. The winner of almost $250,000, the 9-year-old Rockin' Image gelding, Rocksteady Ron, leads by 2.5 lengths. Quarter and 29 4/5 of a second. Rockin' Cafone is right there second for 17-year-old Demarius Wakefield. They swing past the 3/8. Back there third is My Buddy Steve with reserve parking as we come towards the half-mile marker. 28-time winner, Rocksteady Ron, by 1.5 lengths. Rockin' Cafone is right there second. My Buddy Steve is a little closer third, the half and 59 2. With reserve parking trailing, they're past the draw gate over to the 5/8. Rocksteady Ron leads by 3. Rockin' Cafone is back there second, a gap of 10 now to My Buddy Steve, and reserved parking. They move towards that 3/4-mile marker. Rocksteady Ron with a length lead, but right there second is Rockin' Cafone. They're rolling along pretty good here as they move over to the 7/8. 1:28 3. We're going to have another sub-2-minute mile here with 1/8 of a mile to go. Rocksteady Ron on the inside. Here comes Rockin' Cafone to the outside. Rocksteady Ron, Rockin' Cafone, trying hard, but Rocksteady Ron is going to win it for Jamaica Patton. Rockin' Cafone was home second. My Buddy Steve, and reserve parking.
That horse performed. Rocksteady Ron is quite an animal, the 9-year-old gelding by Rockin' Image, bred by John Carver, who TV mentioned was of the Carver Hawkeye Arena family fame. Horse is banked almost $250,000 lifetime with a mark of 49 4 at Lexington. So that is definitely
at mile,
class
156 3/5, 156.3 in the Pete and Lucille Fagan Memorial. Mike and Nancy Kropp, their daughters and families, big supporters of the Brown County Fair. State's Attorney Mike Hill out there. Jim Jennings. Jim did an excellent job emceeing our Queen pageant the other night, Little Miss and Mr. and Talent Show. Mike Hill, very capable State's Attorney of Brown County. Mike Kropp, a long-time Brown County Fair Board member. Of course, Pete and Lucille Fagan were fixtures here on the fairgrounds for many, many, many years. Here's Jamaica Patton, one of the leading trainer drivers at the Brown County Fair and the leading driver over the last 10 years, I believe. Rocksteady Ron's owned by Jamaica Patton and Ron Phillips, the Rochester and 8th, and trained by Jamaica, driven by Jamaica to a win here in 156 3. 9-year-old son of Rockin' Image, bred by the late John Carver of Rock Island. Jamaica Patton wins the Pete and Lucille Fagan Memorial with Rocksteady Ron.
How much did Miller win the trainer award by?
Results of the 10th race now official. Number 1, Rocksteady Ron, the winner. Number 2, Reserve Parking was 4th. Number 3, Rockin' Cafone was 2nd. Number 4, My Buddy Steve finished 3rd. First quarter was in 29 4, the half in 59 2, 3 quarters in 128 3, the mile 156 3/5. Race 10 checks from the top, 1 4 2 3 on the bottom, 56 3 for the mile.
These last 2 races being IHHA sponsored events. I will run down those winner circles. I probably can make it back up here by the time we get off the air at the end of the broadcast, but just want to give you a heads up on that.
Okay, well, all of us may be down there on the end.
Oh, that's right,
the camera on the winner circle, well, and that may be it.
We'll walk back up here and hit the turn button off, but we appreciate you all following along all season long, not just today, but we especially love having you in our home fair, Brown County, here in Mount Sterling. It always feels good to come home and race. We appreciate all of our fans today. We've had a great viewership, 133 people watching right now. It's stayed above about 115 since maybe this early couple of races, so we appreciate everyone staying tuned in the whole time. Those metrics do add up in the YouTube world. They're seeing who's watching us and how long they're watching us, and the more viewers we have and the longer they're engaged, the better they put our videos out for the public.
Usually within just a day or two, we're at 1,000 because there are people that don't watch us live that are doing other things in their life.
And if you get a big win, you want to watch a replay, right? So there's various reasons to go back and watch our videos. But everything's about
all right,
got 1,000.
Let's closing up on our.
Culbertson Memorial Hospital is more than just an emergency center for acute illnesses and trauma. From imaging and lab services to physical, occupational, and speech therapy, our team of providers is equipped to treat a wide variety of conditions in a convenient, local setting, so getting the outpatient care you need doesn't require a long trip out of town. Get quality care from the team that knows you best at Culbertson Memorial Hospital. Learn more at hospital.com.
Napa know-how.
Hello, Earl Flack for your locally owned McKay Napa Auto Parts store. Here today to talk about Mobil 1. Everybody likes Mobil 1 for some reason. Not for sure why. Maybe it's the best full synthetic oil available. $5.99 for a quart of full synthetic Mobil. I can't believe that. You can't even get that at a box store for that kind of price. And if you can, you're not going to get the same service. And by the way, receive a Napa Ultimate Trucker hat with any $25 purchase. You got to see this baby, gray and white. Looks great. Thank you for your business with Napa Know-How.
Located in the beautiful countryside of Brown County, Rolling Greens is one of the most beautiful 18-hole championship golf courses in West Central Illinois. The golf course offers Monday unlimited play for just $27. Ladies' Day on Tuesday and Senior Day is Wednesday. Play 18 holes with a cart and get a hot dog and chips for $28. Rolling Greens memberships are inexpensive and include free range balls, discounted league play, and an opportunity to play as few or as many holes as you desire daily. Call for a tee time today at Rolling Greens. 217-773-3085.
Cassing Lumber Company in Mount Sterling is celebrating 50 years in business. We are your one-stop shop for all the supplies you need for your next home improvement project. Top quality lumber, building materials, and paint will give your home the freshness it deserves. We also offer a unique gift shop with new items every season for your home decor. Come visit us in Mount Sterling and always think Cassing Lumber. We'll all be glad you did.
All right, David, let's take a look at race 11 here as we get started and the picks that each one of us have in this one.
This is an interesting race. This is the one that Doug will be driving in, but this race is loaded with talent from top to bottom. Looking at the one horse was my top pick, My Daddy's Revenge. She was the 2-year-old champion in Illinois a couple years back for the Mike Brink barn. She's made almost a couple $100,000. My second choice was to Roland Roz. That horse also was a 2-year-old filly champion here in Illinois, made close to $150,000. And sentimental local favorites, I went to the 6 horse for my third choice with Doug aboard, 1R Andy Starr, the connections of Nick Prather, and 1R Standardbred Farm of Anna and Jerry Bunch and that whole family over there in the Rushville area. That horse, 1R Andy Starr, was out of a mare named Andy's Sister, who was bred by former Brown County Fair Board President Gene Dixon. So there's my picks. Where are you guys at?
Well, I'm checking with her because she's got 2 numbers, and the last thing's like she's trying to cover. Are you going with the 3 or the 6?
I'll decide when they get done.
Oh, jeez. She's got 3 in the 2 in the box. I don't think you can do that in the betting world, can you?
Are you going to pick 4?
No, I'm not going to let her have it.
Well, what are your picks then?
Gets in there. I'm going 3, 5, 6. I'm going with Philly's Revenge with Avenatti. Got some good quarter times there.
We've seen that horse pacing 56 on a county fair already this year, so we know there's some wicked speed there.
And so, looking at that, she's officially going with the 6 in her third spot.
I don't know if that's a smart move, but we're all going to do it anyway. Oh, there he is over there coming out the east gate onto the track. Looks to be out of the red barn. The green, orange, and gold.
At least I get a shot of that. I hope on the camera. With her coming out, there's Doug Bowen. Yep, she got it on the camera. And so with that, we're going to go back to Ed Teefee for this.
This should be a good one here. The filly division's got some nice fillies, John.
This has been a tough one. A tough one to pick. I think there's a few of them that can win this one. The one's horse, My Daddy's Revenge, coming off a fifth place finish in DeCoin, but paced in 155. Look at the line before that, sixth in 152-3. I also like the 5 horse, Rollin' Roz, was second in Altamont in 158, 54-2 before that. Don't sleep on the 3 horse, Philly's Revenge. We're all going to see Wyatt Avenatti on that one and think that might be the pick here. That horse, if you look down the line a little further, in Springfield on July 6th was 5th, and that race went in 51-1, but Philly's Revenge paced in 52-2 in that race. Another one to look out here is the 4 horse, Ashley's Little Angel. Ashley's Little Angel on July 6th in Springfield paced in 52 flat, getting 4th. So this is really a toss-up. I'm going to go with the Rail and Casey Leonard with My Daddy's Revenge, the 1 horse to win it. And then I'm going to go with 5, Rollin' Roz. And then I'm really having a hard time between 3 and 4, but I'm going to go with 3, Philly's Revenge. So I got 1 to win it, then 5, then 3. Good luck.
Here's your field for race 11, My Daddy's Revenge, owned by Mike Brink and Laurie Searle. Both of Springfield, Mike Brink, the trainer, with Casey Leonard. 2, Candy's Fortune, owned by Brian and Candy Herzog of Beecher City. Freddie Patton Jr., the trainer-driver. 3's Philly's Revenge, owned by Nan Turner of Argenta. John Fletcher trains with Wyatt Avenatti. 4's Ashley's Little Angel, owned by the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis. Roshan Trigg of Brandon, Mississippi. Roshan is the trainer with Mike Cox. Number 5, Roland and Roz, owned by Eric and Rosalind Janes of McGee, Mississippi. Steve Halford trains with Kelsey Perryman driving. At number 6, 1R Indy Star, owned by the 1R Standardbred Farm of Rushville. Nick Prather trains, and Doug Bowen will be doing the driving. Great field here, as John pointed out. This filly division's a tough one. Really up for grabs. Really appreciate your attendance today. Another record here for not only track records were set, but this has been a great day for Illinois Harness Racing, with over $100,000 in purses to be distributed. Illinois State Fair starts this coming Thursday of this week. Racing at 12 noon and at 5 o'clock. A doubleheader on Thursday at the Illinois State Fair, 12 noon, and another set of races starting at 5 o'clock on the opening day of the Illinois State Fair. Then they race Friday and Saturday. They're dark on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and race on Wednesday and Thursday. Some enhanced purses for standardbred racing at the Illinois State Fair. Most of the 2-year-olds and many of these overnight horses, but about all the 2-year-olds you saw race here in the Downstate Classic will be racing at the Illinois State Fair starting Thursday. And many of the check getters here will be the favorites in those rich Illinois State Fair races next week. Five on the gate, Doug Bowen in the back tier with 1R's on 1R Andy Star. That mare's mother, Andy's sister, was bred by the late Gene Dixon, longtime president of the Brown County Fair Board. Here they come, race 11. Great start for a great group of fillies, and they're 4 across the racetrack as they buzz towards that first turn. On the inside, My Daddy's Revenge with the lead. Candy's Fortune is right there second. Philly's Revenge is 3 wide. It's a crowded first turn as they race out of the turn. Then we got Roland and Roz and Kelsey Perriman. They're still on the move, and My Daddy's Revenge has made a break. My Daddy's Revenge is off stride as they move past the quarter-mile marker. It's Philly's Revenge on the inside, but Roland and Roz is rolling now. The 5, Roland and Roz, has now made the front. They went real fast to the quarter. 27 4/5 of a second. Fastest first quarter of the week by far. First quarter, 27-4. This could be a monster mile here. Roland and Roz leads by a length and a half. Philly's Revenge is right there second. 5 back now to Candy's Fortune Racing third. 1R Andy Starr is fourth. Ashley Little Angel's fifth, and My Daddy's Revenge. Half 55, 2/5 of a second. One of the quickest first halves ever at the Brown County Fair. 55 2 off the half. They're past the 5/8 now. Heading down the backstretch, it's Roland and Roz by a length, but here comes Philly's Revenge. Wyatt Ebenetti's out and driving again with Philly's Revenge. Off a half and 55 2, and 1R Andy Starr is coming right at her with Doug Bowen. We got less than a quarter of a mile to go. It's Philly's Revenge. She's looking strong on top. 1R Andy Starr is still right there second. We got an 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Philly's Revenge against the clock now. 1R Andy Starr. A late move now by Mike Cox and Ashley's Little Angel. But it's Philly's Revenge going a huge mile here. Philly's Revenge and Wyatt Ebenetty. Let's see what they go here. Ashley's Little Angel was second. 1R Andy Starr was third. Candy's Fortune, Roland and Roz, and My Daddy's Revenge. 154 3/5. 154 3/5.
Broken equipment, Kelsey.
I think Wyatt Ebenetty is out to collect all the cash we have from BC Hornet Sports here. What was the 3/4? 126 and 1. 126 and 1.
Yeah, that mile, 154 and 3, the fastest mile ever by a female here at the Brown County Fair. So the track record here was set back by, I can only imagine, in 2009. A remarkable 51 and 1 for that big $25,000 purse back in 2009. This mile, 154 and 3, lowers a record by a filly. The fastest filly ever had been Loyal Opposition, 156 and 4. So this is the fastest filly or mare, fastest female ever over the Brown County Fair track. Philly's Revenge, 154-3, 27-4, 55-2, 126-1, 154-3. Brenda Watson from the Illinois Harness Horsemen's Association, and David Brink. David's also a director of the Illinois Harness Horsemen's Association, their trackside. And David, you can give Wyatt some of his prize money right now if you want to, because Wyatt Ebenetty is not only the leading driver of the meet, he's clearly the leading driver right now of the fastest trotter. He'll have be the leading driver of the fastest pacer, unless the boys, the 3-horse field in the 12th, go faster. Philly's Revenge is owned by Nan Turner of Argenta, trained by John Fletcher, driven by Wyatt Ebenetty. She's a 4-year-old daughter of Revenge Shark from an incredible filly by Sagebrush, bred by Nan Turner. She's now a 24-time winner on 54 starts. And Brenda Watson. Nan Turner's down there with Wyatt Avanetti and Carly and Callie, our fair royalty. Red Hot Wyatt Avanetti, Nan Turner, John Fletcher, Brenda Watson, and David Brink with the IHHA blanket presentation.
I know Wyatt's got a race here in the next one. Fastest female pacing mile ever at the Brown County Fair, 1:54 and 3.
We're going to leave him right here, the driver of this meet. Go ahead. You go ahead first.
All right, just real quick. I know you got to race again, but as you're going around the mile, those sitting behind the pace, seeing those fast fractions, how aware are you of those fast fractions and kind of what's your strategy mid-race there?
I was planning on going to the front. The 5 Rolling and Roz came rolling at me, and she's a very nice mare. I knew we were pacing more than we probably should have been, so I figured I'd let her go, take a breather for my filly for about 3/8 of a mile. I could see the others weren't keeping up, so I wasn't worried about getting boxed in. And once I hit the backside, it was time to go to race, and I knew my mare had a lot left. She's a nice mare. She's a half-mile track specialist, basically. She's a very good horse.
Well, you're clearly doing something right this year, so I think Mr. Brink has something to award with you.
Want to give a big congratulations to the driver of the 2024 Brown County Harness Racing Meet, Wyatt Avanetti. I don't lost track of his points, but he was on top of Travis. So you won by quite a considerable margin. Here's a T-shirt, $100 cash. Congratulations, Wyatt Avanetti. Take care. Thanks for coming down.
Results of race 11 official. Number 1, My Daddy's Revenge, was 6th. Number 2, Candy's Fortune, was 4th. 3, Philly's Revenge, the winner. Number 4, Ashley's Little Angel, was 2nd. Number 5, Roland and Roz, was 5th. And number 6, 1R Andy Star, finished 3rd. First quarter was in 27 and 4. The half in 55 and 2. 3 quarters in 126 and 1. The mile was in 154 3/5. Race 11 from the top, 6:41, 2:53 on the bottom. The mile the fastest ever by a female here at the Brown County Fair, 1:54 3/5.
At Land Guys, we specialize in recreational property because we speak the language. We connect sellers to the next generation of buyers who share a passion for land. At Land Guys, we provide industry-leading marketing while ensuring a smooth and hassle-free experience. We will make you the most money for your property. If you're in the market to sell, contact one of Illinois' top land brokers, Land Guys Toby Stay, at 217-257-6096.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Los Rancheros Restaurant in Mount Sterling is your destination for authentic Mexican food. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come and enjoy their daily specials on food and drink. Having a party? Check out Los Rancheros for catering your next event or gathering. Los Rancheros Authentic Mexican Restaurant, 408 Quincy Road, Mount Sterling. Call 217-773-7800.
Larry Denton Accounting has been serving Brown County and the surrounding area for over 40 years. Lance Pabin and his staff work with businesses, individuals, and farmers, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, sales tax, and business consultations. Larry Denton Accounting, 443 East Main Street, Mount Sterling, Illinois. Put their experience to work for you today. Call 217-773-3400.
All right, David Brink, as we get down to the end of the day here.
It's the last one. It's the nightcap. Well, we can't call it nightcap, but it's, 4 o'clock. Got through these races pretty quick, pretty speedy. It's been a good season. It's been a good fair. We're at that point where we're kind of just like, things worked out. We made it through it. Got a couple of rainouts, but we're ready to gear up for State Fair.
3-horse race, and these horses are quick. We could see Wyatt either lessen his time, or
I tell you what,
or somebody to take that.
If
fast
that
time
last
for a
mile,
pace.
for your $100, you're right. If that last mile went in 56 again, I might have said this one would be in jeopardy. But 54 over that track is absolutely scorching. Taser Gun's epic mile, was 53-1, and that was unheard of at the time. So to see a mile that close, going for $1,000 purse out here, there's some spectacular animals in that race.
I was going to look. What was the order in the last race?
I was running around. I didn't get it. But
it was 3, 4, 6.
We appreciate you all following along all season. We've got Leanne Shin in the chat thanking us for providing the valuable service to the fans of harness racing. She said it's such a treat to be able to attend fairs that she's never been to before. So, that's kind of the idea, is we can open up the world. And actually, here comes a post parade. So here's Ed Teefee for the last race of today's card.
It's been a fixture of the harness races here for many, many years. Daughter of Harold and Jeannie Limkeman. Here's your field, race 12, IHHA 3-year-old and up Colton Gelding division. One is Play to Rock, owned by William Weinberger of Martinsville. David Brooks trains with Matt Avanetti driving. 2's Foxman, owned by Kevin Miller of Arthur, Lester Marcus Detweiler of Sullivan, Wyatt Avanetti driving. And number 3, Josie Rocks My World, owned by Janet Bentley of Wright City, Missouri. Steve Halford trains and Casey Leonard will drive.
Well, David, real quick, you and I both picked
Well, this is about as good a 3-horse
in this field. Josie's Rocks My World as the number 1 horse. You picked the number 1 horse for second. I picked it for third. Lisa's picking the number 1 horse, Play to Rock, to win this race. And is there a driver change on that last one?
Casey's on the 3, Matt's on the 1, I believe. Those are the ones we gave you earlier that we forgot to give.
Okay.
Said you wanted to hold off on them. Yeah, Travis, I was talking to Tina there. Travis packed up his colors and bike and headed back towards Indiana, his home. Said tomorrow is his daughter's first day of school, and he wanted to get home and see her before she went to bed. So we appreciate Travis coming down. We appreciate Travis, bringing his bike and his skills to come bang around these county fairs in Illinois. And had a good time out with him last night, had a nice meal, and excited for little Reagan to start school tomorrow, and Travis and Des and the whole Siegman family over there in Indiana.
Who's the bottom one?
Casey Leonard.
Brianna Walker do all the clerking. Emma Schrock doing the photo finish. Big shout out to Harness Tube, Stephen Lisa Surratt, and David Brink for doing the audio-video coverage. Steve Reiner has been our track photographer. Roy Fenn and Stacy DeRoos with the gate. Here they come. Race 12. They're off in pacing. A good start for 3 good age pacers. Wyatt Avanetti and Foxman drive out for the lead. On the outside, Josie Rocks My World is now rocking his way to the top for Casey Leonard. Josie Rocks My World with a 1.5 length lead. Foxman is there second. Play to Rock is pacing along third as they race up the backstretch. 3 seasoned pacers here in the Illinois Harness Horsemen's Association pace. Good to have Brenda Watson here representing the IHHA. First quarter was in 30 2/5 for Casey Leonard. Moving over to the 3/8, Casey Leonard and Josie Rocks My World by a 1.25 lengths. Foxman and Play to Rock off the 3/8. They race towards the half. Chasing Josie Rocks My World by a length. Matt Avenatti to the outside now with Play to Rock. Wyatt Avenatti with Foxman. They're 2-3, the half in a minute and 4/5. 1 minute, 4/5 of a second. A swing into the lower turn. Josie Rocks My World, the 9-time winner. Son of World of Rock and Roll leads by a length and a quarter. Right there, second, Foxman with Play to Rock. About 3 more back third as they move up the backstretch towards that 3/4 mile marker. Josie Rocks My World still leads by a length. Foxman right there second, now tips to the outside. Should have a quick final panel here. 3/4 and 1:30 and 3. Josie Rocks My World on the inside. Foxman on the outside. They're nose and nose, head and head, and 1/8 of a mile to go, and they're flying, folks. Josie Rocks My World on the inside. Foxman on the outside. Foxman, Josie Rocks My World. Foxman's got up. Foxman's going to win it. Foxman, Wyatt Avenatti, Josie Rocks My World, and Play to Rock. $157 3/5. 157 3. So Brenda Watson and David Brink coming trackside again. They're going to greet Foxman, who wins race 12 here for Wyatt Avenatti, already our leading driver. He's now drove the fastest trotter and the fastest pacer both yesterday and today. He picked up a couple hundred yesterday. He gets 200 more today, courtesy of BC Sports. Steve and Lisa Surratt. He got an extra $100 a while ago from David Brink on behalf of Hornus Tube. Our Fair Queen Carly Gallagher and our junior miss Kaylee Cassian are both out there again. Let's give them a big hand, folks. Carly, Callie, they've been with us all week here at the Brown County Fair, and it's been hot, but they've done a great job. They'll represent us well in future competitions. Wyatt Avenatti, who picked up his 400th lifetime victory earlier this afternoon. He's now got more than 100 victories just this year, and one of the real rising stars of our sport. Kevin Miller, our leading trainer, picks up another one. It's Kevin down there in the back, black shirt from Arthur, Illinois. Our royalties down there with David and Brenda making the trophy presentation here in race number 12 with Foxman. Steve and Lisa Surratt will be coming trackside to make the BC Sports presentation. They'll be giving Wyatt Avenatti another $200. Wyatt, if you can hang up, just hold up here just a second. You got another $200 coming. So BC Sports, the Surratts, audio, video, over 200 sporting events for Brown County sporting teams throughout the year. Great service to Brown County. Now they're doing the Hornets Tube with David Brink, doing the same broadcast work for the County Fair harness racing circuit that they do for Brown County Sports, put endless hours into Harness Tube. Making that $200 presentation 2 days in a row to Wyatt Avenatti. Let's give them all a big hand, folks. Wyatt Avenatti. You'll see him at the Illinois State Fair coming up this Thursday. Results of race 12 now official. Number 1, Play to Rock, was third. 2, Foxman, the winner. Number 3, Josie Rocks My World, was second. First quarter was in 30 and 2/5. The half in a minute and 4/5. 3/4 and 130 and 3/5. That mile was in 157.3. Race 12 checks down, 3, 1, 2 on the bottom, 157.3. On behalf of the Brown County Fair Board and everybody that makes this program possible, I thank my son John Teefy for doing the handicapping and the post-race interviews there. Don's done a great job with her people doing the Pick the Winner contest. And we hope you enjoyed the 2024 Brown County Fair. Hope to see you coming this Thursday at the Illinois State Fair. Have a good evening.
They're still working on picking the winner for the 250, the 250, and the 500, so please stick around until they get that drawn.